the culmination of so many wonderful events coming together for 4 games. That was a special way to kick off the season.
Yeah, it really was, and getting to see the crowds of people that came out in droves. I mean, Uvalde, I think they shut the whole town down. They had more fans there than I think O'Connor had at their game, so it was pretty wild to see a whole community just come out and support their team at the Alamo Dome. It was a lot of fun.
It was a breathtaking scene, but we take the breath, we exhale, and we start week 2, and a great Thursday and Friday here on game day. We're going to talk about what happened Thursday and Friday, some top performers. We're going to talk about what happened in week 1 of the season. And we're going to make a prediction on tonight's game, Taft and Veterans Memorial. And to stick with my tradition, I am wearing the socks of the color of the team for which I will be predicting. I've been wearing those socks for 2 days, buddy.
I was going to say,
just to make sure.
Well, it's only been 105 the last 2 days, so I'm sure they're going to be nice and brisk.
Walked a mile this morning.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's
so
good. I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm going to pull my sock off to show the color. Sean's going to make his prediction. He's wearing his boxer briefs of the color. We don't want to talk about those. Please don't. But tonight, I think a great matchup in week 2. Taft Raiders, Ricky Stade, Veterans Memorial, Robert Irvine. This is going to be a great game.
Yeah, it really is. And, these teams are both pretty dynamic. Johnny Lott, the quarterback for Taft, will start on that side. He's outstanding, can kind of do it all. Over on the Veterans Memorial side, I mean, they got one of the best running backs in the state of Texas. We're going to talk a little bit more about him later on in this game, but last week he wasn't there, and they still played great. So a couple of good quarterbacks, a good receiver for Veterans Memorial. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're talking about James Peoples, and we'll say that he's questionable for tonight, but we got to talk about it because if he does get in the game, he is a difference maker for that team. But right now, what we're going to look at is some individual standouts, some top performers from a week ago, week 1 of the high school football season, and it was a Jim Dandy of a week 1, starting with Johnson Jaguars quarterback Ty Hawkins. That young man who came out in the pigskin last year and became a star, had 3 rushing touchdowns and also threw for 184 yards on just 11 completions in the Jaguars win last week.
Not bad. Madison Mavericks quarterback Landon Gill, he threw 3 touchdown passes in their victory over the Clemens Buffaloes. Here's one right there. And the Kennedy Rockets quarterback, he was our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. Esteban Portillo, he had 2 rushing touchdowns and 3 passing touchdowns in their 34-24 win over the Edison Bears.
How about the Wagner Thunderbirds against a very good Liberty Hill team? Slot receiver Wanye Taylor ran for over 100 yards, had 3 rushing touchdowns in their 49-17 stomping of Liberty Hill.
The Sam Houston Hurricanes, Rashad Miller Singleton, he had 5 sacks and 6 tackles for loss in their 18-12 win over San Antonio YMLA.
And ending things for Warren Warriors was wide receiver Elijah Resola, caught 7 passes for 171 yards, scored 2 touchdowns in their season-opening win over Laredo United, 34-14. Western Kentucky, my friend, is somebody that's looking at him. That's a pretty good program.
It is. They like to air it out, so he's going to get some action there, that's for sure.
Big individual performances from last week. Also some big wins by some big programs in week 1 of the season. We're going to start off with the Warren Warriors, my friend. They defeated the Laredo United Longhorns by a score of 34-14 to start their season. They are off to a very hot start, the Warren Warriors. Big win for those guys.
Yeah, they looked good last week. The Madison Mavericks won a close one against the Clemens Buffaloes, only beating them by a touchdown, 24-17. Great catch there.
Yeah, one of the more exciting teams to watch this season. The Johnson Jaguars outlasted the Judson Rockets 24-21. And then you had the Wagner Thunderbirds, legit this season, question mark, easily defeating the Liberty Hill Panthers by a score of 49-17.
Pretty good. In a huge rivalry game, how about the Somerset Bulldogs? They doubled up on the Southside Cardinals, winning by a final of 42-21.
Let me tell you a team that could run the football, the Jefferson Mustangs. They did it well enough to beat the Uvalde Coyotes last week in the Pigskin Classic, 25-14. What a win for the Jefferson Mustangs.
The Kennedy Rockets took down the Edison Golden Bears 34-24, and that was primarily due to the play of their quarterback. He did a fantastic job.
Our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week, and in another rivalry game full of exciting big plays, the Brandeis Broncos beat the O'Connor Panthers 45-35. The last time, Sean, for your recollection, if you will, the O'Connor Panthers the last time O'Connor beat Brandeis, when was that?
It's been a while.
2018. Big win for the Brandeis Broncos, who, I'll tell you what, Lincoln Philyaw, their quarterback, he had one heck of a coming out party, if you will, last week for the Brandeis Broncos. But again, a couple of those games were a part of the Pigskin Classic.
Yes,
some big wins and big performances in a really I mean, it was a classic. It was a great weekend of football.
Yeah, it really was. A couple other big games we didn't mention. The Reagan Rattlers, they narrowly defeated the Smithson Valley Rangers 17-16. Alamo Heights Mules beat the Seguin Matadors, pull out a close. That was 51-48, so that was a good one there. MacArthur Brahmas, I don't think they won a game last year. They beat Marshall this year 28-21. Harlan started off 1-0. They beat East Central 45-20. And I said this last year. I saw them play the O'Connor Panthers. The Sotomayor Wildcats look really good, and they beat Lee, blanked them 45-0.
All right, folks, coming up, our first Outside the Locker Room featuring the Judson Athletic Department, folks. It is Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day right here on MeTV. Fantastic athletic department. This week I caught up with Treva Corrales, the Judson ISD Athletics Director, for this week's very special Outside the Locker Room. You know, when people talk about Judson ISD athletics, what's the one sport that just comes to mind? Whether it's the Rockets winning a state championship, whether it's Veterans Memorial establishing a great football program, or Wagner going to the state semifinals 2 years ago. Judson athletics is so. All right, folks. Well, we are back. And I'm assuming we're going to Outside the Locker Room right now. Okay, there you go. Sorry about the confusion, folks. When people think of Judson Athletics, they think of what, Sean? Football. But there's so much more to that Judson Athletics Department. Had a chance to catch up with Treva Corrales, Judson ISD Athletics Director, for this week's very special Outside the Locker Room. You know, when people talk about Judson ISD athletics, what's the one sport that just comes to mind? Whether it's the Rockets winning a state championship, whether it's Veterans Memorial establishing a great football program, or Wagner going to the state semifinals 2 years ago. Judson athletics is so much more than football. Talk about some of the great things going on in the athletic department that's outside of the field.
Right. So I think we've been really conscious on trying to make a community connection. We started this year with an award for our community members, and it's not necessarily people who donate to the community, but maybe they're just super fans. So we have a community spotlight award that every high school will be presenting. We have ODT game, which is Operation Dog Tags, where we honor our veterans, and we have an all veterans group that actually will parachute down with the American flag, Texas flag, and whatever school. This year will be Judson flag. We have a meet and greet with the veterans where they create kind of a brotherhood with these veterans in the community, and we honor them. And I think it's very important because of the nature of where we sit. Judson ISD is by Randolph Air Force Base, and this is Military City, USA, right? It was important for us to do something like that to remember the veterans in the area.
The Judson ISD, especially the athletic department, and really the school district as a whole. Community plays a huge and very important role. How big of a role does the community play for not just the athletics department, but the Judson community as a whole?
Community-based, the foundation of what this school district was built on is still there. It's the loyalty, the commitment. I still have people coming to the games that have been coming to games for 30 plus years. And that's special. That means that we're doing something right, where they keep coming back and they keep having generation after generation go through the school district. So keeping that connection, keeping them involved, honoring them in any way we can, supporting them as much as they support us is key.
Great student athletes, great coaches, great school support. That, to me, that is emblematic of Judson athletics. Would you agree with me?
No, I don't think I would.
Really?
I would say they're not great. I'd say they're phenomenal.
Wow. There you go.
I would say that the coaches that we have working in this district, the student athletes, and the support that we try to give is bar none. I think that we are in a class of our own, and I'd like to think that we are a destination. I don't think coaches come here to use us as a stepping stone. I think when parents are choosing to move into an area, they're choosing us partially because of our athletics. And that's something that we value, we treasure, and we don't take for granted.
Coach, talk about character rooted in tradition, and it's such a foundational kind of component to Judson athletics, regardless of whether you're talking about the '83 state championship team or the team that Bobby and Andy played on in '88 when they took on that Dallas Carter team at Texas Stadium, or when Charlie Bruce took Wagner to 2 consecutive state semifinals. It's tradition, but it's rooted in character. Talk about the importance of character with this athletics department.
If it's not the first thing, it's up there with the top 3. We have a MAD campaign, Making a Difference, where we want to build our student athletes' character. They do community service. Judson High School actually just took about over 100 kids to the fire department and painted everything for them and made it new. But we also work on the character development of them mentally. But I think what else that we strive for is to build better people and better students and then better athletes. And I think that's from Frank Arnold to DW to me now. We know that is a foundation, and without that, you're not going to be successful. I don't care how great of an athlete you are or how great of a coach you are. If you don't incorporate that into your program and you don't instill that into your athletes, you're not going to be successful.
Sean, I got to tell you, man, talking with Treva was so incredibly cool just to hear their take and how they really place an emphasis on community involvement with that athletics department. It was just something to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what it's all about, and she seems to be doing a great job there, so that's exciting for the Judson district.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, KSAT 12's top 12 and also scores from this last week, and it's Pick and Pull High School football game. Be right here on Me TV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle?
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
It's hot in Texas, and our electrical grid is getting maxed out. Don't get left in the dark. John Wayne has a full warehouse of standby generators ready for immediate installation. We'll keep the lights on, keep you cool, even if you lose power. And right now, enjoy no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2024. For a limited time, when you purchase your standby generator from John Wayne, we'll install a complete home surge protection system for free. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700. Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride.
For KSAT 12's top 12 So here we go from their Week 2 edition of KSAT 12's Top 12. Currently at number 12, New Braunfels Canyon. They might be moving up a spot or two after the win over Victoria East last night.
Across the street from them, in at number 11, the New Braunfels Unicorns. Tonight they take on the Seguin Matadors.
In at number 10, the Smithson Valley Rangers also more than likely will move from their 10th spot after their win over Harker Heights.
The Harlan Hawks in at number 9. They continue their hot start. They defeated Laredo Alexander last night.
Alamo Heights currently in at number 8. Last night they defeated Seguin in a shootout.
We're going to see the number 7th ranked team, the Veterans Memorial Patriots, tonight as they take on the Taft Raiders.
In at number 6, but probably aimed for a bit of a drop, the Judson Rockets following their 47-0 loss to Westlake in Austin last night.
0-2 is not how they wanted to start.
No.
In at number 5, Wagner loses a tough one to a fantastic Dripping Springs program last night.
In at number 4, the Brandeis Broncos. We'll see how far they drop as they were upset by Brennan yesterday.
Number 3 ranked Johnson Jaguars continue their hot start as they defeated O'Connor last night.
In at number 2, they could be our top-ranked team. Next week, Reagan defeats Round Rock.
And we're probably going to have a new number 1 because our current top-ranked team, Steele, lost to Lake Travis last night.
Big win for Reagan.
Yeah.
Aimed and primed to take that number 1 spot in 12's top 12, but you can't discount the Johnson Jaguars as well. Larry and Mary and those folks out there are going to have some decisions to make.
Yes, they are.
For that number 1 spot. We had some action on Texas Sports Production and a KSAT Big Game Coverage app on Thursday and last night, starting with the McCullum Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? They defeat Highlands 54-26.
Last night, Antonian continues their hot start. They defeated Blanco 37-23.
The Clemens Buffaloes picked up their first win 31-7 over Del Valle.
Dripping Springs topped a solid Wagner team 35-14.
All Westlake 47-0 over the Judson Rockets.
As we mentioned, Johnson, they continue their hot start. They defeated O'Connor 47-21.
A great one last night at the Rock Pile. YMLA escapes with a 34-33 win over Robstown in an absolute shootout.
Steele drops to state powerhouse Lake Travis 20-10. Good game.
And Warren heads to far southwest Texas to defeat Del Rio 18-13. And of course, our game this evening should be a good one. It is Taft and it is Veterans Memorial, the Patriots here at Fair Stadium. Let's talk about a couple of the wins. McCullum Cowboys.
Yeah.
Got to start with them, man. 2-0.
I know you're going to start with them.
Carl Kron is, and I always love when teams that don't make the playoffs finish the season on a high. Last year, for the first time in a handful of years, they defeated Harlandale in the Frontier Bowl, and they have carried that momentum to a 2-0 start. How important is winning that last game?
Oh, yeah.
When it means nothing.
No, it's absolutely important. All these games are important whenever you're looking at, this is the pre-district games most of these teams are playing. There's a couple of teams that started district play this weekend, but these games are important because they set you up for that district play. You go in 0-4 in a district play, and your head's going to be down a little bit. You got a couple of wins behind you, all of a sudden you start thinking, hey, we can beat a lot of teams that we didn't beat last year. So they're gonna go into district playing very well.
Wagner dropping last week to Drip, a bit misleading. Drip is a state power.
Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about a team that good, it makes it a little bit tough, but Wagner's a good, solid football team.
All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, my man Sean's going to take a close look at this one here at Fair Stadium, Taft and Veterans Memorial. We're going to make our predictions. I'm going to be peeling my sock off of my foot. Don't go anywhere. Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day on MeTV returns in a moment.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. Right now, get a complete new system with affordable monthly payments from $72, plus get no interest and no payments for 12 months. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back to Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day right here on MeTV. We've got a good one here tonight at Ferris Stadium. The Taft Raiders and the Veterans Memorial Patriots. Sean, what's going to happen, my friend?
Well, we're going to start off talking about the visiting team tonight, the Veterans Memorial Patriots. They are coming into this game with a 1-0 record under their head coach, Bobby Irvin. They defeated the Harlandale Indians 42-19 in Week 1. On the offensive side, we've talked about him a lot tonight. They are led by their 2022 first-team All-State running back, and that's number 20, James Peoples. He didn't play last week due to an injury, and as Gabe said earlier, he's questionable tonight. But he finished 2022 with 2,044 yards rushing and 31 touchdowns. This kid's 5'10", 205. He's the top running back in the area, and he's verbally committed to The Ohio State University. Not too shabby.
Wow.
After last week's performance, number 4, quarterback Clinton Dixon has solidified his spot as the starter. Dixon threw for 102 yards and had 78 yards rushing, including a touchdown. Wide receiver, number 26, Jaquan Downing. This kid is exciting. 5 receptions for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns last week, plus he had a rushing touchdown, so watch out for him tonight. The Patriots' O-line will create some big running lanes with 4 returning starters. One of those returning starters to keep an eye on is number 75. That's big Jaden Beal at tackle. On the defensive side for the Patriots, they have some great defenders, but they can't give up over 500 yards of total offense to Taft like they did last week against Harlandale. The defensive leader is linebacker Aaron Hoyle. He finished last season with 108 tackles and 6 sacks. Safety Nathaniel Ortega. He had 99 tackles and 10 interceptions in 2022. And defensive lineman Sebastian Walker added 41 tackles last season. The Patriots have an offense that can score on anyone in town, but their defense is going to have to shore it up tonight against this Taft offense because they can move the ball, and they're going to have to play better than they did last week. Speaking of the Taft Raiders, let's talk about them. They're the home team tonight. They come into this game 0-1 under their head coach, Ricky Stade. They lost to the Victoria East Titans last week, 29-21. The Raiders quarterback, number 1, Johnny Lott. Not a big guy. He's 5'10", but he plays like he's a big dude. He threw for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns last week and ran for 104 yards as well. He's definitely going to need some help from the other skill positions to move the ball tonight against Veterans Memorial. One of those guys he's going to need help from is his 6-foot-tall wide receiver. That's number 8, Jaden Alaman. 13 passes caught last week for 210 yards, and Gabe, he scored all 3 of the Raiders' touchdowns. Not too bad. Got a name for you, the running back, Prometheus Elmore. How about that one? He's got good speed, but he's going to need to get going early after only rushing for 28 yards last week. On the defensive side for the Raiders, they got to do a much better job of stopping the run. They gave up almost 200 yards on the ground last week, and tonight's not going to be any easier with a team that likes to run. Linebacker Matthew Cruz is a 3-year starter. He had 49 tackles and 2 sacks last season. Defensive backs Elijah Cotter and Zujon Castro. They're both seniors who can make big plays in coverage. Taft's loss last week was not how they wanted to start the season at all. They picked up, they're picked to finish 4th in District 29 6A. But, Gabe, they're going to have to improve on both sides of the ball if they want to get a victory tonight and if they want to finish in the top 4 in this district, because we've already seen some games this season in District 29 6A, and there's some pretty good ball clubs in that district.
So we got a lot to kind of decipher before we make our predictions. The first thing is Peoples, James Peoples.
Yeah.
If he does not play, what and who are the other guys? Who are the guys that have to pick up the slack? Because it looked like they had a few dudes that picked up the slack last week.
Yeah, and Jaquan Downing is the guy. He's the dude. He's the one that scored 4 touchdowns last week. He's the guy they're going to need. Clinton Dixon, their quarterback, played really well. Like we said, we didn't know if he was going to be the starter. He pretty much solidified that last week. Those 2 guys are going to be key. But to me, the key for Veterans Memorial is they're going to have to stop Taft. They can't let Taft score, just as many points as they do, and this come down to the final play of the game. I don't think it will, but they can't do that.
And I'm guessing that little things, especially this early in the season, not making mistakes, but controlling the tempo, controlling the line of scrimmage. They've got the returning guys to do that. Tell me the importance of controlling that line of scrimmage on both sides.
You're absolutely right on that, and I think the team that's got a better shot at controlling the line of scrimmage is the Patriots. They got 4 guys returning on the offensive line. So whenever you have guys that come in, they got a year under their belt, they know what to do. I expect them to do much better. Taft lost some great players to graduation last year, but they're going to have to do a much better job here on defense. To me, tonight is going to be about, I agree with you, controlling the line of scrimmage and how well these two defenses play. Whichever defense, to me, plays better tonight, these offenses can both score. The defense that makes the stops tonight is going to win this game.
Quickly flipping it over to the Taft side, they had a few turnovers last week, and that really cost them in that loss to Victoria East. Tell me the importance of those guys taking care of the football in what I'm guessing is going to be an offensive shootout.
Well, they're going to have to get more production out of the running game. They didn't have anything last week. Their leading rusher had 28 yards. They relied heavily on the passing game. I know Johnny Lott likes to run the ball, and he's great at it, but they're going to have to rely on some other guys that are going to have to move the ball for them. That's for sure.
Talk about both defenses right quick in a nutshell.
Well, I think, again, it comes down to stopping the ball. I mean, they can't give up 500 yards. Both teams gave up a lot last week. They're not going to be able to do that this week. These are two good offenses.
All right, my friend, it is prediction time.
Yeah.
What's going to happen tonight?
I made a change. You know, I had Veterans Memorial really running away with this if James Peoples is going to play, but since he's questionable and we don't know, I think it's going to be a little bit closer, but I do have Veterans Memorial winning this one by a final of 35-21.
So just so you know, I kind of mixed things up. I've got a red sock on and a blue sock on because I, too, heard the People's rumor that he could not play. That being said, I still think, let's see, let me pull it off, and I'm going to pull my sock off right now. And there we go. Oh, I'm still going to go with Veterans Memorial. I've got the blue. I got the chaps. I've got the styling socks, my friend.
You're fancy.
There's a little sweat on that one. You can go ahead and keep that.
That's a good one.
So Veterans Memorial 35-28. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've got Taft and we've got Veterans Memorial here tonight. Bobby Stotzenberger, Andy Skelton, myself with the call. Special thanks to the game day crew out here for my broadcast partner, Sean Morris. I am Gabe Farias. Folks, you were watching Pick and Pull High School Football Game Day right here on MeTV and the KSET Big Game Coverage app. Folks, enjoy the game.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
It's hot in Texas, and our electrical grid is getting maxed out. Don't get left in the dark. John Wayne has a full warehouse of standby generators ready for immediate installation. We'll keep the lights on, keep you cool, even if you lose power. And right now, enjoy no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2024. For a limited time, when you purchase your standby generator from John Wayne, we'll install a complete home surge protection system for free. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ferris Stadium. It's year number 6 of the High School Football Showcase as we present the Taft Raiders hosting the Veterans Memorial. They got Victoria on the brain. I'll tell you why in just a moment, but the Veterans Memorial Patriots out of the Judson ISD. Bobby Stotzenberger joined by Andy Skelton. It's a hot one out here, and the reason I mentioned Victoria East was the team that beat Taft a week ago, and that's part of the story here tonight. Taft trying to bounce back. They turned the ball over 6 times, had 2 touchdowns called back, and they still only lost 29-21. Ricky Stade not happy with his team's performance, and rightfully so. So this is a bounce-back game for the Taft Raiders.
Well, and as a coach, man, you hate to lose games like that. You know, 6 turnovers. and 2 touchdowns called back. You know, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Coach Dade knows that. He's going to come out today, try to right the ship a little bit and try to get, his Taft Raiders in the right direction.
Well, Johnny Lott, their quarterback, is a dual threat guy. He's their leading rusher and passer, threw for 250, ran for over 100. He's a dual threat guy for the Taft Raiders.
Yeah, Veterans Memorial defense, they know that. They're going to have to account for him in the run game. He'll make you pay if not. And again, he's been at the helm for a little while for the Raiders, so it's going to be fun to see him come out here tonight and try to get big results for the Taft Raiders.
And Peoples, the outstanding running back for Veterans Memorial, he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. He's got a hamstring that he's nursing, so it's next man up for the Veterans Memorial Patriots.
Yeah, those hamstrings, man, especially in those guys that are the thoroughbreds, man, that they're the athletes. This could be a 2-week, this could be a 6 weeks. It's up to him how that hamstring plays. But you're right, next man up, and they're going to have to find maybe a diamond in the rough. That's usually how you find somebody else when somebody else is down here. So we'll see what happens here tonight.
All right, folks, we'll take our first time out. When we return, we're going to have our keys to victory. But our first break here, this is the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
Into September now here at Ferris Stadium. Still very, very hot. The hot summer continues as 95 degrees. We're on the air condition up here, Bobby Stotzenberger and Andy Skelton, but down on the field in the heat, the guy that can take the heat is Gabe Farias, and he's got the Veterans Memorial Patriots keys to victory.
Yeah, you know, we talked about James Peoples not being a part of this game tonight. It's next man up for those guys. Whoever's the next man up at that running back position has to have a big game. They got to maintain their balance offensively from last week in their win, and they got to put pressure and force Lott into mistakes. That was a big storyline for Taft's loss last week, guys.
And, yeah, for the Veterans Memorial Patriots, that added up to a 42-19 win over Harlandale last week. All right, now Andy Skelton here in the booth has the Taft Raiders keys to victory as they try to bounce back.
Well, I'll tell you what, they need to have a short memory after last week. The woulda, coulda, shoulda, 6-turnover game. Got to let that go. They need lots of quarterback lot tonight. Let him, dictate and be the guy that's going to be in charge of the offense there, and they need to control the line of scrimmage in order to do that. The bigs up front got to do some work and get lathered up pretty quick here.
Now, guys, Gabe, this is year number 6, can you believe it, of the high school football showcase. Andy, I've enjoyed working with you guys. I'm excited for another season here on MeTV. It should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, you want to go? Yeah, you're the lead guy, brother. Go first, man.
Well, no, I love it, man. I love our chemistry. I love high school football. I love the city of San Antonio, and let's go.
I don't think I could have said that any more perfect. Andy, I love you, and I missed you last week, brother. Let's do this.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Appreciate it.
All righty, folks, our first high school football showcase broadcast of the year. We'll have 10 of them for you, starting with this great matchup here tonight. It was a shootout a year ago, a game that we featured on the showcase, and we're featuring it again. Hopefully we'll have the same kind of fireworks. It's the Veterans Memorial Patriots against the Taft Raiders. It's next. It's the high school football showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
The Company of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party,
I think it's really epic,
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
There you see the Veterans Memorial High School Band here in the sunlight at Ferris Stadium. They are the visitors, so they face the sun early as we get ready for our first edition of the High School Football Showcase. Following last week's fantastic KSAT Pigskin Classic, Gabe, it was 74 degrees in the Alamo Dome last week, and you're gonna sweat a few pounds off here tonight because it is hot down on that turf.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna make my first lucid observation here at Ferris Stadium. I miss air conditioning. I don't know if there's anything you guys can do to help. They've already kicked me away from one of those fans. Andy, I drank like a gallon of pickle juice before I got out here, and I've already had 3 cramps, so I don't know what to tell you.
Well, stay away from the kids' pickle juice and Gatorade down there, Gabe, and away from the fan is for the kids. You're going to have a little mental toughness now and maybe get the trainers to rub on you a little bit if it gets too bad. But
yeah, I'm a big guy. You know what? I'm a tough guy. I got the same skinny jeans as I wore last week, so I'm good. They're more compression jeans. I called them skinny jeans. They're compression jeans. They kind of keep everything in tight, so I'm good.
Well, the Veterans Memorial Patriots won the toss. They have elected to receive, so Taft will kick from the south end to the north end here at Ferris Stadium. And we kid about that with the AC and the heat, but the heat has been really for all the kids who've had to perform outdoors the last 2 weeks, it's been difficult. I've talked to coaches who said they've had kids vomiting on the sidelines because these conditions are not easy to play in. But the further that we go along in the season, the better it will get for all of
Let's
them.
call it like it is. It's brutal out there. And again, these coaches and kids have been, again, to be commended on how they do it. And they need to be smart, though, and stay hydrated here.
As Taft kicks it off, that was Callender kicking it off, and this one will roll out of bounds as Jeremiah Darden just let it roll, and it looks like the Patriots and Coach Bobby Irvin will send his offense onto the field here and take the 5-yard penalty. So no kick over here as we hear from tonight's referee. And so the Patriots will start off on offense as Clinton Dixon brings them up, downing the running back with Harrell at fullback, Tony and R the receivers, Keith the tight end, Bill Gonzalez, Madrigal, Flores, and Molina up front for Veterans Memorial. Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line as Dixon has Bassett flanked to his left. They both had big games a week ago. Bad snap. And can he throw it away? No. Dixon wanted to pick it up and throw it away. He was fortunate to recover it as Vets loses 20 yards on 1st down.
You don't want to start like that, moving backwards right off the bat right there. And again, Vets at least got the ball as we see the starting defense for Taft here.
Yeah, it is hurry-up offense. McConnell, Arrington, and Edwards, along with Romney up front. Frosto. That's last week's. That is actually the lineup for Brandeis. I don't know how that ended up in there, but it did. So we apologize on that as the handoff goes to Bassett.
Fumble.
And he fumbles the football. Taft is jumping up and down as if they have it. And the officials have agreed.
Well, 2 bang-bang mistakes by Vets here.
I think they're talking about it, guys, right now because it was real close.
Yeah,
I thought it popped out, guys, right before his knee hit the ground, but those guys have got a better look at it.
Well, looking at the replay right here, I agree that it did come out before. And again, these officials, it's bang-bang. They don't have the luxury of replay in high school until the state championship. They're going to say it's down, though, and that's, hey, it is what it is. That they're seeing it at real time, and there you go.
Yeah, Skelly, from right here, it looked like that ball popped out just before his knee hit the ground.
Good job by the officials, though, conferring and making a decision based on everybody, not just one person there. And line up a play, 3rd down and forever here, 3rd down and 22 for Veterans Memorial. Two mistakes early here for the Patriots, Bobby.
Well, we apologize for that, folks. We had a situation there, but the Patriots somehow managed to, I'm talking about the Taft defense we made a mistake on, but they do maintain possession here. It's still 3rd and forever. They need to get all the way out to the 40-yard line. As Dixon drops back, going to fire one deep, and will not quite get to the receiver. It came pretty close. It was a good ball, but double coverage. Darden was the intended receiver, and the Raiders defended it.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do on 3rd and 22. You know, take a shot trying to get it back here, but at least line up and try to punt it out of your own end of the field here. And these kids need to be careful doing that sword, putting that sword away. I saw in the NCAA today twice 2 taunting penalties were called with defensive backs doing that. So, for what it's worth.
The punt by Barragan is a short one. Not a great punt, but it does take a little bit of a roll here for Vets. And will roll dead at the 50-yard line. So Taft will have their first possession. We'll tell you who the offense is. Johnny Lott is the quarterback. His running back will be Prometheus Elmore. Great name there, as Jaden Aleman had 13 catches, one of the receivers, along with Xavier Blanco. Evan Olson, the other wide receiver. The tight end is Matt Stevenson. The left tackle, Francisco Reyes. The left guard, Cameron Manning. The center is Jacob Martinez. Matthew McDougall is the right guard, and Julian Guerrero is the right tackle. We'll set the Vets defense here in just a moment, but great field position for the Taft Raiders to get their first possession. As Lott, they overload the formation to the left, everything in tight. And he'll hand the ball off to Elmore. Elmore, a gain of 6 to the right side as The Veterans Memorial Patriots pinned back here a little bit on the defensive side early as Drake, Irving, Walker up front, Hennigan, Perkins, Warren, the linebackers, Taylor, Campos, Marshall, and Thomas make up the secondary for Vets. Johnny Lott going to keep it himself wide open to the left side. Didn't quite trust his speed. I thought he had the edge, but he's able to stutter step it, Andy, for a first down anyways.
Well, Raquan Marshall does a great job coming up from his safety position for Veterans Memorial number 12. And he's going to have to force that. They're pulling two guys out in front right there. It's kind of a student body concept. And they're going to have to either cut that and make a pile, turn it back inside to the cavalry before this thing's over.
So first down at the 39-yard line. Lott with Elmore to his left. Then a throw. Rolls right. Pressure. Chunks one deep. And incomplete. The defender got there late and breaks it up. A pass intended for Xavier Blanco.
A good job by Yeshea Taylor, number 13, going to the hands when he saw the hands of the receiver, just like he's coached right there. Again, defensive back coach for Veterans Memorial, Joseph Gutierrez, coaching those guys up, and great job right there early for the Veterans Memorial secondary.
Skelly, it looked like a defender got in the face of Lott as he was able to, or as he was releasing the ball, wasn't able to set his feet. Ball kind of floated out there.
Pistol set now. Elmore behind Lott. They'll run the end around instead. That goes to Aleman. Aleman cuts it up on the hash. Pretty well defended as he gains about 4 to the 35.
Yeah, Keyshawn Hennigan on the tackle. Again, this defense for Veterans Memorial, they're running a 3-4-4 look, and they're able to bring 4 most times on that and allow the linebackers to, inside backers to work hash mark to hash mark. Brings up third down and mid right here.
Coach Ricky Stade wants to get the ball in the hands of number 8, Aleman. That was a new way of doing it. As Lott will roll to his left on third down, and he's going to throw it deep and right on the money into the arms of Evan Olson. Touchdown, Taft Raiders. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I think that was a press box call from up here, Bobby. As there is a flag, there's going to be excessive celebration, taunting, or something of that nature after the fact. Unsportsmanlike. But here we see the replay coming at us right here.
What a ball.
That was a corner route. That was a single receiver route right there. Great job getting behind the coverage that time was Olsen for the touchdown here, as we have the referees confirm right here what actually went down after the touchdown. And
I just saw him jumping up and high-fiving. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm right here. I didn't see anything that was kind of out of the ordinary. But, Andy, to my point earlier, that pass that was just a little short, Lott had a guy in his face. That time he had a chance to set his feet and throw a great ball.
Yeah, and they were able to get behind the coverage, no doubt. And again,
and a righty rolling left with that kind of a pass, that was beautiful from Johnny Lott. It really was.
Landmark route, got rid of it. Like you said, Gabe, it kind of helped himself with the pressure there by getting rid of it early here. And again, this excessive celebration, this taunting, they're really cracking down on that this year, guys. And
let's see what they call here. That's referee David Eggleton.
And if you're not doing it with your team,
yeah, he must have said something to the opponent instead of just celebrating
again,
himself.
I made a comment earlier. They're doing this thing with their hands and putting the sword away and doing all this other Mickey Mouse circus stuff instead of playing football. The NCAA today called it twice. I saw it in the Ohio State-Indiana game. Indiana DB got a penalty for doing that. Just play, you know, and I get it. They're kids and having fun as it's blocked.
Extra point is blocked, so we'll stay Taft 6 and Veterans Memorial 0. We're in the first. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's hot in Texas, and our electrical grid is getting maxed out. Don't get left in the dark. John Wayne has a full warehouse of standby generators ready for immediate installation. We'll keep the lights on, keep you cool, even if you lose power. And right now, enjoy no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2024. For a limited time, when you purchase your standby generator from John Wayne, we'll install a complete home surge protection system for free. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Well, we went to break a slightly prematurely there. They ended up calling an offsides on Vets, and so Angel Gonzalez-Lopez had his second opportunity for an extra point, and he made it this time. So 5 plays and 50 yards on the scoring drive, $1:43 off the clock, and Johnny Lott to Evan Olson. A beautiful pass, Andy, for the touchdown. And so Taft with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, I look for them to come back to that at some point, again, off of play action. Let Lott get out, away from the pocket, like Gabe said, away from pressure. And when he sets his feet, Gabe, you're right, he throws a pretty dang good ball.
Yeah, the play that was a couple of plays before that, he had a guy right in his face as he was relieving. He didn't get a chance to set his feet. That time he did, and he threw it was a perfectly thrown football. And yeah, Johnny Lott, coming into this season, Andy, I didn't necessarily think dual threat quarterback, but based off of what he's done and that pass, this kid's definitely a dual threat guy.
Well, I think I am not sure what the delay is here, guys. The penalty, okay, this is unsportsmanlike on Taft.
They're going to walk it off here.
That was off the touchdown. I get it now. So the penalty that was
on the point after attempt was offsides against Veterans Memorial. It moved it half the distance to the goal, and they re-kicked the point after.
So that this will be assessed on the kickoff. And
quick question, Andy. Could Coach Irvin retroactively say, you know what, I'll take it now and back him up 15 yards in that point? I mean, it's a good point, but could he have done that?
Yeah, I don't know how they actually worded the penalty. And again, I'm not an official expert by any means. Our buddy.
Oh, you're an expert on everything.
No, Max Guevara is our guy, and I don't know if he's working tonight or not, but I'll have to ask him on that exactly how it is. But that's a 15-yarder, and taking on the kickoff's usually the thing. If you're going to go half the distance, most coaches will go ahead and line up and go for 2 from a yard and a half. But again, not knowing exactly how they called the penalty.
Taft always fakes the onside kick, although from the 25 seems a bit. And Max is on it, by the way. Max said spinning the ball and then the hand across the face. He saw it. The refs are always looking for what it is. This ball bounces, picked up by Darden at the 25, returned up the middle of the field, 40, and out to the 44 goes Jeremiah Darden. Well, Andy, it really honestly couldn't have been much worse for Vets on their first offensive possession. There's going to be a penalty on the kickoff. So Bobby Irvin's team's got to settle in here on drive number 2.
Yeah, and again, the penalties and the flags, they're going to have to start controlling what they can control on that and the excessive stuff. And again, Max Guevara, appreciate it. He's always on the spot, and they do a great job with that. And, just play. Don't worry about all the extracurricular stuff. Celebrate with your teammates. Don't direct it towards the other team here.
Number 12, the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
You know what I love best about Max? He's a McCullum guy. Just saying. I'm just saying, guys. He's a McCullum guy.
I'm in.
All right?
I coached there for a year. I'm in. Go Cowboys.
Yeah, Max Guevara.
I've been part of that Frontier Bowl. Let's go.
Gabe, who's the guy that's on Fox that they always refer to back in New York?
Frank Sanford-Johnson, I think.
we need Max Guevara.
I may have made that name up. I'm not.
We got to just have a cutaway to a phone in for Max Guevara.
Is that the Peoria guy?
Dixon, the quarterback, keeps it ahead for 2. Yeah, I mean, well, let's go to New York and see what they say. We should have a Zoom hooked up with Max Guevara at his home.
Why is outside barbecuing right now?
Let's go to Max in his recliner right now.
What do you think about that, Max? And let him say. We love Max. Thank you, Max. Always keeping us straight, which very few people can do. Dixon taking a lot of time here, and the little movement by
procedure.
Yeah.
Ball start, offense, number 26. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Vets Memorial keep going backward right here offensively.
Andy, in the pregame show, Sean and I talked about the importance of limiting the mistakes for Taft. Man, right now, Vets Memorial is a team that's making mistakes.
Well, they do like to tempo offense. That's something that takes some time, oftentimes, to get on track. As Bassett has a good carry, and he fumbled it again, though. That may be 2. The first one didn't go the Raiders' way, but this one is. The first time they said no fumble. This time they said fumble. Trenton Willis recovers. And I tell you what, Ricky State said they wanted a bounce-back game. They're having it so far here, Andy.
Yeah, he wasn't down. He was rolling over the top as number 11 forced the fumble. Matthew Cruz with the forced fumble there for the Raiders.
Could have been the third turnover for Veterans Memorial right now. They're a little sloppy with the football in the early stages of this game, Andy.
Well, that was twice on the ground, once a turnover, a bad snap as well. Then now, how about this? A quarterback under center and a toss. Going left is Elmore, and the Patriots stack him up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, again, that was a good job by number 12 coming in there. We've already said his name tonight, Raquan Marshall, turning it back into his teammate right there, Aaron Hoyle, number 21. That's how you got to play that. You got to, if you're the outside safety, which Raquan Marshall is, he just turned it back into his linebacker right there. Nothing wrong with that defense.
Offset the eye left, lot under center again. They'll run the same play, toss left. And about the same result as the Patriots flying to the ball that time as Anthony Areola. Is it, I think Jaysean Perkins, I think the 2 deep is wrong. I think the roster is right because Perkins is listed as a linebacker. Areola, number 8 on the 2 deep as a receiver. Free play here. Flag. Yep, we got 3 flags at the line of scrimmage plus a pass interference.
Yeah, Coach State asked for it. He got it right there.
It's a good call.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go with this roster, Skelly, because I think that 2 deep might be wrong. Yeah, that was just Jaysean Perkins, number 8, that made that previous tackle. But Vets had a chance here for a stop. First they jump off sides, and then they probably interfered as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of laundry on the field right there. You got a hat and 2 hankies.
Yeah. What's next? Is it the beanbags or the sock?
I don't know what they throw next.
Okay.
Do you still carry those socks around that you do on game day?
I wear them. I pulled my right sock off. It was blue. I've been wearing a red sock and a blue sock all week because I didn't know who I was going to pick tonight.
Number 6. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense. Number 12.
They'll take the bigger penalty.
Automatic first down.
Coach State knows math. Takes the big penalty, first down and an automatic first down. The offsides would have just given him 5. So Taft already leading 7-0. We approach the midway point of the first quarter. And again, Lott under center with a tight end to the right side, and Elmore is tailback. Counter going right. Elmore hits the hole and explodes through and will take it all the way down to the 1-yard line. He stumbled and nearly scored. He went 23 of the 24 needed yards.
Yeah, he didn't get in on that. They're going to hurry up right here. Let's see. Quarterback sneak all the way.
Likely. Wedge block. They push him. Pile up.
No signal.
And, well, at the end, kind of like tug of war. Yep, there it is. They had a stalemate, and just before they blew the whistle, there was a little bit of a surge, Andy, from the Taft Raiders.
Yeah, a little different than tug of war. They're pushing, not pulling. But, yeah, same concept. They stymied it right there. Which way is the pile fall?
Look at this right at the end.
Right at the end right there. They didn't blow it dead, so touchdown Taft.
Would it be push-a-war?
Hey, Johnny Lott, think about Johnny Lott in the middle of all that. He's getting squeezed by everybody.
Yeah, his running back smoked him in the back.
He's a dude, man. He's a dude.
That's a special kind of friend right there, Gabe.
Alex Jen will do the extra point this time. The first time it was Gonzalez Lopez, and both times they're good. So the Raiders with a 14-0 lead, 6:30 to go, first quarter of play. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party,
I think it's really epic,
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Well, the Taft Raiders have had great field position. Once off of a short punt and then off of the turnover. 4 plays and 36 yards. 1:23 off the clock. Johnny Lott with a 1-yard quarterback sneak set up by the fumble recovery by Trenton Willis. And honestly, Andy, the series before, it appeared that Taft had a fumble recovery that didn't count, but they were able to capitalize quickly anyway. So Taft dominating this game early.
Well, and again, Veterans Memorial offense got to settle in right here and go to work. Quit shooting themselves in the foot. They have -6 total yards of offense right now.
Taft is creative on kickoffs. They're sneaky with the onside kick opportunities, but they will boot this one deep, and it will come down to Darden at the 10-yard line. Again, he goes to the middle, has a little bit of space now outside right, 30, outruns the corner, and into Taft territory goes Jeremiah Darden.
There you go.
All the way to the 41.
That's the way to light a spark right there and set up your offense in Taft into the field right here.
45 yards on that return.
And you don't see a whole lot of teams kicking it deep anymore. Shocked that Taft kicked it deep. Said, go ahead and beat us, and they did. I can imagine some creativity on the kicking game moving forward from here.
Well, keep in mind, folks, and we're not making excuses for Veterans Memorial. They did score 42 last week in a win over Harlandale, so they're very capable, but they do have an Ohio State commit, James Peoples, running back, that is out this game and for the next couple of weeks, so that is a big part of their offense. But 1st and 10, they'll try it again as Dixon's going to keep it. A little stutter step behind the line and then ducks his shoulders down to the 40-yard line.
Well, that was a pretty good job by Dixon to get what he could get. Again, that snap hit the ground, and the timing's a little bit off on that with the lineman up front, but he's able to pick up 2.
Chris Bissett off to the left side of Clinton Dixon, the quarterback, trips wide left. He'll roll to the left. Looking and firing, and is picked off by Jajon Castro on the return. Little stiff arm, and then knocked out at the 30-yard line. Jajon Castro, spelled X-U-E, pronounced J, with the nice pick and return for Taft.
Yeah, this was an optical illusion for quarterback Dixon right here. He gets out there, sees his man. Great job by Jajon. There you see him underneath coverage right there, dropping into it. And again, he had a heck of a year last year as a junior. Here it is his senior year. He got a pick, taking it all the way back down into Patriot territory.
Skelly, you think Coach Day's got this team ready, fired up, ready to go tonight?
Well, you could tell in his pregame that he's a little frustrated in his media notes that he gave us about the 6 turnovers, 2 touchdowns called back in that on-the-road loss last week, and they're putting up and not shutting up. You know, it's one of those deals. They're getting after it right here.
Yeah, they were very upset with what happened last week. They still almost won the game. How often do you almost win a game that you turn the ball over 6 times?
It happens, man.
That tells you that Taft maybe between the trenches, between the hash marks and then the trenches, might have been a little bit better than Victoria East, but they still lost the game because of 6 turnovers. And now they're capitalizing on turnovers as they have a second one here from Vets, as we have play action from Johnny Lott. Going to throw it deep, underthrows it. The receiver comes back, and Matthew Stevenson tips it to himself.
They're going to say incomplete.
Incomplete. Wow, what an effort, though.
The back judge came over and said that it hit the ground, must have hit the ground on that, but he was wide open early. Great closing speed, though, by secondary here. Let's take a look. Right there at the end, he didn't have control and it hit the ground. Great camera work right there by our crew.
That back judge was right on it, Skelly.
Yeah.
He was right in front of it. That was a good call.
Coach Ricky Lott going for the jugular early
Why
here.
not, man? Why not?
Johnny Lott going to throw again across the middle this time. Way too high for Matthew Stevenson.
He didn't let that play develop right there. Stevenson needed to come across a little bit more before that ball was delivered.
Gabe, we saw Johnny Lott last year as a quarterback, and he was almost exclusively a runner, but it looks like Coach Ricky State has opened it up a little bit for him this year in his senior season.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I wouldn't characterize him as a dual threat guy, but he's thrown very well early in his football game.
But his 3rd down and 10, he threw for 250 yards last week.
He got 100-something yards rushing, too.
Yeah, Jaden Aleman, number 8, the receiver, had 13 catches last week for Taft in a loss. Lott going to drop back on 3rd and 10. 4-man rush, late throw, and the defenders fall down, and the pass over everybody's head.
Yeah, they're trying to hit the little post there to Xavier Blanco, number 14 there. And 2 vets, DBs, kind of collided with each other right there.
This could be a big stop for Bobby Irwin's Veterans Memorial Patriots. They need something positive. No man's land. Yeah, it's no man's land.
4th down.
About the only thing you might see is Lott with a quick kick. Yep, he backs up a little bit. Nobody back to return. But you still got to play defense here. Yep, he will go ahead and quick kick it. And it angles towards the right side, and it will roll out of bounds. No, it will not. It goes
flag.
Here's a flag on the play as well. Huh. They kind of whistled that play. That whistle was going off, Andy, while the ball was still rolling. That seemed like a premature whistle.
Was that a whistle, or was that somebody in the stands? I can't tell.
I think that was my nose hairs that were kind of whistling. I heard a whistle.
I hear all kinds of stuff in my head says, Bobby. Whistle was, I don't know.
That's in your head.
Oh, it's my head.
Yeah.
Too many concussions.
There's lots of words in there.
Every once in a while, Andy will yell, what?
Yeah.
Okay, but seriously, Taft, instead of trying to down the ball inside the 5, they let it roll, and it went past the end zone just across in front of the pylon. So that's actually a touchback if the punt stands, but I could have swore, guys, I heard a whistle before the ball stopped rolling.
Well, the flag down here is going to be because Raekwon Marshall threw down number 14, Xavier Blanco, as he came off the line of scrimmage, and I don't know what they're going to call that, holding or...
I got to tell you, it doesn't take a lot to confuse me, but guys, I'm confused right now.
Well, the officials from the Texas Association of Sports Officials, they're gathered up right now. Referee David Eggleton, the umpire Paul Yoder, the head linesman is Hector Ramon, the line judge is Ronald Baggett, the back judge is Jeff Spence, the field judge is Pete Harrow, and then the side judge is Andy McCamey. And they are all huddled up at the 20-yard line with what I believe was a premature whistle, but there's definitely a flag right at the 20-yard line.
Well, they don't call it premature whistle. It's called inadvertent. That's the word they use, I believe. That
inadvertent. Yeah.
Is that a spackle of referees? Is that what that would call a group of them, Andy? What would you call that scene right there?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that a smattering of?
No. Think about that.
I don't know if it'd be a herd.
We don't have any moons to discuss tonight.
No, the moon's not out.
Not yet. It'll be out later.
It's a Bob Saget moon in honor of
let's see
the
here.
late great.
Now Ricky Stade gets his explanation.
During the down, we had an unknown whistle.
Unknown whistle?
By that, we are going to replay the down.
What?
Oh my God.
Unknown whistle.
No, it was known. But when you say unknown, we don't know who blew it. Nobody. Did you? Maybe that's what the huddle was. Hey, did you blow?
Whistle. I mean,
Did you blow
I've seen
whistle?
coaches fired on inadvertent whistle plays, guys.
So
that was kind of a big deal. I don't know.
Gabe, that was an unknown whistle.
How do you?
Did they need to come check your nose?
I know it could have been my nose hair that whistled. I think I'm not sure.
Wow. So here we go. Fourth, and they're going to replay.
Don't blow till we know, guys. Don't blow till we know. Just if in doubt, don't blow it. Let it go. because that matters.
An unknown whistle. Nobody took credit for it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I don't know.
If you don't know, let it go. I love it, Andy.
Hey, coaches get divorced. Hey, they get divorced over that too, because they lose their job and their wife leaves them. It happens.
All over an inadvertent whistle.
Inadvertent whistle.
So that's why they had to change it.
If that inadvertent whistle is in a key part of the game, absolutely.
Oh, my goodness.
But that was an unknown whistle, Gabe.
It was an unknown
And so we're supposed to feel like it's okay then. That's not okay.
Was it a high pitch? Was it a low pitch? I could hear the conversation in the huddle.
Wow, man.
You have a Rydell.
Well,
it sounded
guys,
like a Rydell whistle.
Right now, they are not lined up in punt formation, so 4th and 10. Johnny Lott.
Tried to get him to jump.
Tried to get him to jump, yep. And then you got Elmore in the pistol. Now looks like they're going to go back to punt. And Vets, they're sensing perhaps a fake or something, so they stay in place. And he'll punt it towards the right sideline again. And that hit him before it went into the end zone, but
he wasn't down. He was in the air. That's going to be touchback.
I think it's a touchback.
No.
Or no, excuse me. I think they downed it about the 1 yard line.
I don't know. Let's take a look at our Wainwright replay right here.
It kind of looked like he batted that thing out.
Yeah,
it was touched right there, but by who? He was in the air. If he caught it and went in, that's a touchback. But the ball was touched before.
Guys, crazy as it sounds, can we get another look at that? It may have hit Vets.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That might be a TD here. Let's see if it hit White. That's a punt.
Watch number 22 from Vets. White.
Yep,
yeah, he did touch
That's a fumble. That's a touchdown.
Oh, boy.
That Darius
Beanbag didn't come out.
Darius Thompson.
And they're going to put it on the 2 yard line.
Darius Thompson touched the ball for
the
Vets.
beanbag is out. There you go. That touchdown then.
Wow. This is what a unknown whistle will lead to, Gabe.
I don't know.
Other than divorce, other than a coach's divorce, it leads to chaos on the field.
It's a sad deal, Gabe.
Yep.
Wow.
He cannot be advanced. Great call. Great call by the white hat. Great job by the officials getting that one right there. No crazy phantom whistle stuff. Good stuff. Here we see it right here from our end zone cam.
How big of a mistake is that? You
right there.
Don't stay out of the way.
Well, even more so than that, Veterans Memorial was going to get the football at the 20-yard line had it not been for an unknown whistle. I mean, this is a huge turn of events. I mean, you're talking about a team that could potentially take a 3-score lead right now.
Unbelievable. So 1st and goal at the 1 after a wacky penalty, followed by there was no penalty, a wacky play, as Johnny Lott will walk into the end zone, and that a wacky mistake is what I really meant to say there. But wow, Vets not looking so great here in the early going of this one. They've made every mistake, Andy.
I know that Andy was speaking in jest, but Andy, I agree with you, man. Those types of plays are just killers to not just a game, but those are potentially, plays and calls that could ruin a season.
They absolutely matter, and I was in jest a little bit, but I've been on the receiving end of that, and it's not good.
Extra point good. It's all Taft. 21 zip, 4:50 to go here in quarter number 1. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. Right now, get a complete new system with affordable monthly payments from $72, plus get no interest and no payments for 12 months. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
A series of mistakes by Veterans Memorial has led to Taft dominating this game. That was as easy as it comes because Vets, and Andy, the weird part about it, they had nobody back to receive the punt, so they had no intention of receiving the punt, but they had somebody drift back there and touch the ball, and this is one of those situations where Vets is just not playing well, and Taft, to their credit, is taking advantage of these opportunities.
Well, you ask why was Vets even covering the guy? It was a punt kind of deal. There was nobody back to receive, so a lot of mystery so far, Gabe.
I mean, he was covering the guy that was going down the field, the punt.
Here's the kick, and this time taken by Downing. Middle return again, a helmet comes off, ball carrier down at the 29-yard line. Well, I don't think, Gabriel, it's ultimatum time because it's still in the first quarter, but Vets has got to show some life here pretty soon.
Well, the thing they need more than anything in this world is no more unknown whistles. That's the first thing, but they just got to stop turning over the football. Get into your offense. They were able to score up and down the field on a pretty good Harlandale team last week. Just, Andy, I don't think it's must score, but they got to show some life right now.
They got to get a first down. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the little thing. Get a first down right here.
Dixon hands the ball off to Bassett, coming right. A yard, maybe 2 there. Well defended by the Raiders.
Yeah, Felipe Mendoza right there, linebacker coming up in there, meeting it. Force with force right there. Again, we see the Wainwright replay right here. Cloudy to clear. That's how they coach it up.
Up tempo here, 2nd and 8. Dixon scrambles right. Still scrambling, fires, and this one caught. What a bullet, and what a catch. It's short of the first down, but Jaquan Downing catches the ball at the 39-yard line. A yard
bounce.
Yeah, they're saying incomplete. Yeah, good job by Ricky State getting the officials to help each other out right here. Let's see in the replay.
Oh.
He was in bounds. The ball just was incomplete. The ball came out in the replay there. So good job by Coach State making the officials communicate.
Folks, don't forget, we will select a John Wayne player of the game at the conclusion of this broadcast. We invite you to participate. Vote for your John Wayne player of the game. Go to johnwayne.com, select your player, match ours, win 2 tickets to see San Antonio Gunslingers Arena football. Dixon on 3rd down, going to scramble. Avoids one. Trying to get the edge, lowers his shoulder, and it's going to be stopped of the first down at the 35-yard line. So a 3 and out for the Patriots.
Great pressure again. Dixon felt like he had to flush the pocket right here. Great moxie lowering his shoulder pads and trying to get it for a first pick and pull collision of the night right there. But it's going to be 4 yards short of the first down. He's going hard, but again, he saw something that made him pull that down and try to get out the front door right there. Just a lot of discombobulation, Gabe, so far for the Patriots.
If you got a fake punt play, now's the time to call it.
Jorge Badagon, and they do snap it. Yeah, great, Gabriel. Kudos to you, my friend, with the crystal ball. They direct snap it to Dallas Harrell, and he runs for a Patriot first down.
Something, they needed something right there. I like the call. Hey, sometimes it ain't pretty. Sometimes you game plan, as offensive coordinator, you just throw that sucker in the trash can, and here we go. And we got to do what the kids can do right here. Great job, little sand punt right there. I like it. Like the call, went and got more than he needed right there. Fresh set of downs here.
I mean, more than anything else, Eddie, they just needed a spark, man. They needed some life, and hopefully that's the play that gets it for them.
So the Patriots, new set of downs at the 43-yard line, as Dixon hands it off and trying to stretch it out left was Bassett, but a lot of penetration coming across for Taft.
Yeah, that was Matthew Cruz, number 11, coming up in there. The penetration part, turning it back into the bigs, including Dakota Perkins, number 88, and loss of 2 right there.
2nd down and 12 now. Dixon trips to the short side of the field, hands it off to Bassett, stopped at the line. And guys, keep in mind that there's a kid that's committed to Ohio State standing on the sidelines and not available, Andy, and that's such a big part of how this offense was kind of.
I'm not so sure if Ohio State was out there right now, he'd be getting a whole lot of yardage because they're getting blown up front right now.
A lot of defensive schemes, man. They're just playing outstanding defensively.
And again, no matter who's on the shelf right now, they need to try to get a first down.
Yeah, credit to the Taft defense for sure. Dixon looks across the middle, fires it high. The receiver turned inside. The ball went over his outside shoulder and incomplete.
And again, there's not a whole lot in your playbook for 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12 necessarily here as it brings up 4th down.
I mean, Skelly, these guys are just dialed in tonight.
Yeah.
Taft is dialed in. They're not making mistakes. They're being very aggressive. Really, the only mistake they made was kind of that questionable excessive celebration penalty. Outside of that, man, this has been a flawless first half for these guys.
Well, Taft's playing with a chip on their shoulder after last week. That's obvious.
And they get a block punt.
There it is.
Ran right into it. How about that?
You look at Coach Stade right there, man. He's in there with his kids celebrating. He is fired up. And again, the way he is acting, Bobby, his kids are following suit. There you see Coach Stade right there, man, and they're playing with this massive chip on their shoulder.
Devin Reyes, number 48, blocked it. And, your punter, Coach Stade, he ran down the sidelines faster than any of the players celebrating that. How about the block there from Devin Reyes? So in the first quarter, guys, we have a fumble recovered by Taft. We have an interception by Taft. Now we have a blocked punt by Taft.
And Andy, he just came up the gut. I mean, there was no stunt. I mean, he just bulldozed his way to the backfield.
Yeah.
And that's one where the punter has to recognize it a little more.
He took a little long. The snap to punt was very, very slow. That helped.
So at the 26-yard line, Taft about to blow this thing wide open. Jet sweep, Blanco trying to get the edge. Nope, not going to get there. Speed from the Patriots as Aiden Campos cuts him off.
Yeah, good job by Campos getting in there. It's actually a completed pass if you're going to take stats the right way. That was a flip forward right there. So
then what's the unknown whistle called if you're taking stats the right way, Andy?
Bro, I'm telling you, don't get me started on that.
Is his left eye twitching right now, Bob? I can imagine that right now. Is he hyperventilating?
I'm still trying to figure out where the whistle came from.
Oh, my gosh.
2nd down and 13 for the Raiders, already leading by 3 scores. Lott, deep drop, throws it deep, has a man, great catch, backpedaling and falling down, but making the catch for the touchdown. Jaden Aleman, who had 13 catches last week, touchdown catch this week already in the first quarter.
And Bobby, he's the big kid. He's about 6 foot, 6'1". He went up, got that ball. Again, though, Skelly, man, don't tell me Johnny Lott's a one-dimensional quarterback. Man, this kid can throw it a little bit.
Yeah, and again, I think Coach Stade's trying to make a statement. And you talk about a team that's dialed in, a team coming in here with something they wanted to say without saying it. They're saying it with their play right here, and it's not good so far for Veterans Memorial. We're still in the first quarter.
Alex Jen, extra point. Got bumped there at the end, but the kick goes through. No flags, and it's 28-0 Taft.
Are we still in the first quarter?
We're still in the first quarter.
First quarter.
We'll go ahead and keep it here, guys. Man, I don't... Andy, you coached for 23 years, and I guess you've been in Bobby Irvin's spot before where, you got a good football team. Things are just going terribly wrong, right. And you got to do something to stem the tide here. I thought the fake punt might spark them, but nope. Taft.
Well, you do the things you can control. And again, aside from firing coaches on the sideline, that's been done too. He's firing people in the headsets, telling them they're fired. That happens. And of course, at the end of the game, that's not really what happens. But, I mean, you got to find a way. Get a first down. Offensively, no excuse, no regret. Get a first down. Find a way. Run your offense. And not putting yourself in those, 3rd and 12 and stuff like that. And it's been a crazy first quarter for Vets Memorial, man. I mean, Outside of a unicorn sighting, Gabe, I think we've had every kind of weird thing happen.
And what I've seen probably most effectively is Taft not letting these speedy guys from Veterans Memorial get outside. I mean, they are containing. I know you've talked about it a couple of times. I know we're seeing the points, but defensively, man, I'm telling you, Ricky State has got this defense dialed in right now.
It's just amazing to me that you have all those things happen in 1 quarter of play. That's the thing that just jumps off the page at me. They get a fumble recovery, a pick, and a block punt in 1 quarter. That's hard to do.
It's almost like somebody lit a candle before they came over here.
Darden and Downing, double D, back to return again for the Patriots. They've been busy tonight. Darden going to take this from the 6, backpedaling and now coming forward with some room. A big hole, he'll race to the sidelines. He'll get stood up and stopped as Cody Jackson catches him. And down at the 38-yard line.
That's 2 good returns by Vets Memorial right there. And again, good job by Darden taking it. He got a great burst of speed right here. Gets up the hash mark to the numbers and lowers his shoulder pad, running hard, initiates the pick-and-pull collision there.
Cody Jackson was trying to strip him of the ball. And a little 5-yarder added on to the end of the run here.
Skelly, that's really been the only thing they haven't done well is kickoff. Kickoff coverage. I doubt from here on out they're going to go deep on anything. I mean, you're going to see some squibs, some blibs, some blobs, anything they can do off of the foot, you're going to see it.
This is a very good Taft defense. They got 3 stars on this defense that have been there for a while as the Patriots run Bassett up the middle. Let's look at him. Caleb Fogle, who was a defensive end last year, now a linebacker.
Number 9.
Yep. He is a great player. 10 tackles, 3 for a loss last week, and a fumble recovery. Matt Cruz, second team all-district last year, had 12 tackles last week. And then J. John Castro is a 3-year starter back there in the secondary. Here's a run and a new running back in. That's Warren. And a nice run by Tavion Warren. First carry of the game, and it's a good one to end the first quarter of play. Crazy first quarter. Taft Raiders with a commanding lead, 28-0. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party,
I think it's really epic,
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
Welcome back here to Fair Stadium. Bobby Stotzenberg along with Andy Skelton and Gabe Badias. 102 yards of offense for Taft, 35 for Vets in that first quarter, but that really doesn't tell the story. It was the fumble, the interception, the block punt, the unknown whistle, and the muff, I guess you call it. If you touch the ball down at the 1 and you're on the return team, that would be considered a muff, I guess, by Veterans Memorial. And so the Patriots.
We've had a lot of this too, Bobby. We've had a lot of lull in play because officials having conferences, and that as an offensive coach, let's play ball.
Well, here you go though. But if you're Bobby Irvin, you got to think to yourself as a coach, it can't get any worse than it did in that first quarter. Everything that could have gone wrong did go wrong, and so let's go out and have a better second quarter.
Yeah, let's go out there. Let's go. But we're not. We're not playing right now. It's not a timeout, and Again, the Vets offense was chomping at the bit to get out there, and now we're sitting here looking at each other.
Well, I can tell you we're not in a timeout from our end, but here come the Veterans Memorial Patriots. After a big run by Tavion Warren, just came in off the bench there, Andy, got it ripped off a big run.
Let's go. I'd keep feeding him, absolutely. They get those big boys up front for Vets all lathered up and climb back in this thing.
Tavion Warren is the running back again next to Dixon. Dixon takes the snap, going to throw it out to the sideline, is caught, and heading upfield is Downing near a first down.
That's going to be completed to Anthony Areola. 14, great job getting upfield after the catch right there. Winning on first down, getting you 8 yards there.
Just chipping away right now. That's the message from Coach Irvin. Just chip away at it.
Second down and 2 now for the Patriots, as they will do run pass option, a little RPO out to the sidelines, and a completed pass for the first down. Here come the up tempo now.
Make it a little tempo, a little rhythm. Let's go.
Areola makes the catch. Anthony Areola, senior receiver. Dixon has him ready to go again, as he hands it off to Warren again. Tavion Warren ahead for about 1.5 yards.
And again, nothing wrong with that. Things are starting to click in a positive direction right here.
And they are having, I know they had a big run earlier, but they are having all kinds of trouble in the trenches right now, offensively.
A lot of it's got to do with those front three up front for Taft.
Exactly.
A couple of claps here by Dixon, but the Patriots stay in position. And so did Taft. They didn't get drawn off. 2nd and 9. Dixon looks to the right, scrambles to the right now, in trouble, and going to get sacked again as he gets slung to the turf there by Fogel.
Yeah, there's Caleb Fogel. We talked about him already. He played defensive end for the Raiders last year. I guess they stood him up, let him, he's an athlete. There you see him playing off the tackle right there. Great job wrapping up, getting him a sack.
3rd and long, back at the 26-yard line. They need to get to the 8 for a first down. Clinton Dixon, low snap, deep drop, middle screen. Taft sees it coming, and they stop it after just a yard gain. Heads up play there by Big. I think that was Trent Willis, number 99, right there.
Yeah, he read that like a book, Andy.
Yeah, great job. And again, these defensive linemen are coached like that. When they start rushing upfield and they see the quarterback retreat, they stop and they retrace their steps and move backwards, and it took them right to the running back right there. Great job by him.
4th and 16. Patriots down 28 zip. Will have to go for it. Dixon rolls left, stops, fires it, and is caught on the run and cross pattern and into the end zone. Is Darden. Jeremiah Darden comes across the as his quarterback was rolling left, he was running right, and they hit him in stride. What a throw by Dixon, and Darden takes it to the house.
Great patience by Dixon right here. Here you see it. He lets everything clear out of his way, little half roll, pulls up right here, finds a passing lane, leads him a little bit. Great job going and hauling it in by Darden, getting in the end zone.
How close is he to the line of scrimmage?
As the Patriots add the extra point from Batagon, and Veterans Memorial's on the board. Taft 28, Vets 7. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on Me TV.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Patriots on the board now. 8 plays and 57 yards on that scoring drive. 3:22 off the clock. 24 yards, and that was a 4th down pass. Clinton Dixon to Jeremiah Darden. Not only a 1st down, Andy, but a touchdown, and a much-needed one for the Patriots.
Take it. Absolutely, they'll take it, and here we go. They stopped the bleeding right there. Now they need to come back, settle in, and
get a stop.
Get a another possession.
Here's the kickoff, and they will go ahead and boot it deep. Taft will take it from the 6-yard line. Coming right with it, and that is returned right all the way as Xavier Blanco tried to outrun everybody from the left side of the field to the right side of the field. He didn't go forward too far.
That was a great job in coverage by Keyshawn Hannigan, number 3 right there. Veterans Memorial getting downfield, making a heck of a play right there on special teams.
Well, he came darting right through there, man. It looked like they had a return set up, and Darden just came right through, made a great stop.
So the Raiders with the ball now, moving left to right in the 2nd quarter.
Excuse me, Hannigan.
There you go.
Only 102 yards, but 28 points because they had a short field the entire 1st quarter.
Yeah, when you got 1 play, 1 yard touchdowns.
But now you got a long field for Taft as Johnny Lott back under center and Prometheus Elmore the tailback again. They'll shift the formation strong right now. And they'll counter it back to the left with Elmore. Elmore blockers in front, heads to the sidelines, 30, 40, and a nice run on 1st down by Prometheus Elmore. Taft Raider 1st down.
Yeah, you see an athleticism right here. Again, the formation, I love the way that they line up, and they're bringing everybody student body left right here. Fill a gap, pick up a body, cover up a body.
Yep, they block down on the left side.
That's pretty simple. Body for a body, hat for a hat.
And 3 blockers out in front on that counter. Pistol set now. And movement, the Taft Raiders receiver, Alamon, was lined up.
Well, that's
Checkley at the check. That's Stevenson.
Yeah, that's Stevenson out here. That's a big no-no with the wide receiver. They're supposed to be watching the football anyways. And
I mean, receivers and nose guards, I never have understood the whole offsides thing.
No excuse, but
Taft with 28 points in the 1st quarter. Vets has scored the only points in this quarter, and they're looking for a stop. The Raiders, after the penalty, have a 1st and 15 at the 37. An H-back out front of Johnny Lott as he hands to Elmore again, and he stood up at the line of scrimmage and stopped. First one man there was Jayshawn Perkins, senior linebacker, and maybe a loss of 1.
And you have Aaron Hoyle that was in there as well, number 21. He's still down for the Patriots. Bounced up, though.
Andy, do you kind of get the feeling that this is the chance for Veterans Memorial to get back in this football game, like this particular series right here?
It would be nice. It'd be nice they got that sense of urgency. They know that, they got some points on the board right now. They got to find a way to kind of stymie this offense, maybe get a turnover, keep climbing back in this thing.
Is that your favorite little rascal, Stymie?
Stymie.
Yeah. I liked Piggy. I think it was Piggy a little rascal.
Oh, good. Early movement, and
there's your nose guard, Gabe.
I don't
watch the football.
I don't understand it, man.
Watch the football. Nose guard wearing number 6. I love it, though.
Defense, number 6.
Yeah, I'm not wrong, right, Andy?
No, you're right. You're absolutely right, man. I mean, as a coach, it'll drive you to do a lot of things you wouldn't normally do in the sane mind.
You're prophetic tonight, almost.
I'll tell you. A lot of things coming back to me. You get PTSD as a coach sometimes, and
uh-oh, we're doing redneck fortune cookie night tonight. I love it. Come on, Andy, let him go.
2nd and 11 after the penalty. Lott rolls right, lets it go, and as a man, off the fingertips. Great effort. And Alamon couldn't quite haul that one in.
They're loving that little corner route right there, little flag route, getting outside. Lott's trying to put some just a little bit too much sauce on this one.
I'll tell you what, honestly, his arm strength, everything is noticeably different than a year ago.
Yeah, he's a lot more, swagger, confidence.
And moxie.
Moxie.
There you go.
I think he's a little bigger, too, guys. I mean, really.
That would add to the moxie.
And he's confidence. I agree. Guys, this is a huge Huge play for Veterans Memorial right now.
Third down for the Taft Raiders. 3rd and 11.
Do it again.
Lott going to throw it deep again. And great, bump and run there, and they dropped. There's a flag.
Well, if I'm Raquan Marshall, number 12, I'm taking that personal because they're throwing that every time to him, and that time he's like, you know what, I'm going to run with you.
Well, they dropped
a flag, but I'm just saying he running stride for stride on that.
Let's see if there's interference or holding here.
No interference on that. That was just playing football. He's running with them.
I didn't see an interference.
He reached out. He reached out. Oh, I mean, that's my goodness. That's great coverage.
Wow. That's not good.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a tough break for Vets.
That is, and again, man,
we have the advantage of a replay.
We do, and Raquan Marshall, man, kudos to him because they're picking on him, and he knows it. And he's trying to find a way right there, and that little ticky-tack, in my opinion, let him play, man.
Yeah, he's outmatched size-wise for sure. That was pretty good coverage, and he got.
They've thrown that route 5 times so far, Bobby.
Yeah, it backfires on him there. So 1st and 10, the Raiders' new set of downs. As Lott will go back under center and will hand it off to Elmore. Not much.
Good job right there. That was all set up by Aaron Hall, number 21, turning it back into his linebackers, allowing them to clean it up. And number 40 right there you see him making the play was Michael Irving. That's a great name.
A lot of Cowboy touchdowns there. But Andy, this defense is blowing up right now. You know, stands that pass interference, that questionable call. This defense is playing a little bit right now.
2nd and 10 now, 44-yard line. Lott rolls to the trip side, throws it back side, and it is caught. And that is Elmore again. Down the sidelines, check that. That is Stevenson again. Stevenson's 0, Elmore's 8. Naked eye, they look about the same size and numbers bunched up, but both of them have been extremely effective. And Stevenson with a backside screen with a huge first down.
I like the play call right here by Taft. Little sprint out, screen back. You let the 2 bigs get out in front right there. You got a little escort getting down the sideline.
Student body right, racing towards the pylon, and out-racing everyone is Elmore for the Raider 9-yard touchdown.
Making it look easy.
Tell you what, Taft has been, their OC deserves a lot of credit. He's dialed up the right play at the right time multiple times in this contest.
Offensive coordinator is Daryl Garcia for the Taft Raiders, and you're right, Bobby. He's seeing some things. He's got his game plan. He's sticking to it. Those deep balls have been press box calls, no doubt.
That little screen, Andy, great play call. Fantastic execution by Taft.
And then they quickly get up and get a 9-yard touchdown run by Elmore to go back up by 4 scores. The extra point.
Is that a doink?
Went through.
It doinked through.
Yeah.
35-7 Raiders, 7:07 in the second. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
$300,000.
300,000. That's how many of you are subscribed to the KSAT 12 YouTube channel. And what do you get? More in-depth stories and unique specials, more newscasts on your time, more local sports, more eats, and more popular videos tailor-made for your busy schedule. Want to know what you're missing? Subscribe today to find out.
Well, the Taft Raiders had short fields in the first quarter, Andy. They had a long field there, 6 plays and 88 yards. That backside screen set up that 5 yards. That's 5. I think it was 9, but Elmore had the touchdown run.
And the pass interference kind of was a cherry on top in that drive, too, helped them out. But
yeah, that was a huge play in the grand scheme of things. And
they were going to get a stop. That was a third down play. They were going to force Taft to punt.
And that completion to Stevenson was 35 yards on that third down play. That was a huge and well-executed play by the Raiders.
That was a great call. Again, offensive coordinator Daryl Garcia for the Taft Raiders, doing a great job so far here in the first half.
Raiders going to kick it off. A little shorter this time as it's fielded at the 22-yard line. Stop and go back is Darden to the right. Man, I think they had return middle or return left, and he decided to go back the other way. Still good field position at the 37.
Well, again, if you're the Patriots right here, you want to try to get some points on the board, and again, control the little things you could control. Get a first down, positives. There you see Coach Ricky Stade. Again, Taft doing a great job. Everything's going their way so far here in the first half.
First down, Patriots. As Bassett runs it out to the 40-yard line. They're gonna need some big plays, Skelly.
Yeah. Again, though, man, you can't try to hit the home run all at once. I mean, you got Taft sitting back there they're in a cover 2 shell, level look with their secondary. I mean, you know, take what they give you. And
Dixon rolls left now, second down. Has a man in the flat, and that pass took him in the wrong direction. It's caught by Downing, but he's running back towards the line of scrimmage a little bit.
That's a tough angle on those little out routes to the sideline like that. You run out of some real estate real quick. Yeah, he was open, but it's just a tough angle.
So it's third down and 4 to go here for the Vets Patriots, and Dixon somehow avoids the first wave after the ball went to the ground, but Matthew Cruz was there to put him to the turf after a gain of 1.
Well, we had this situation last night with Westlake Judson. It's tough when your quarterback has to play shortstop on the snap, too, and it throws off the timing of the play. Fourth down here. Why not go for it?
Yeah, they just run up there. Well, they're down 35-7. Well, they've faked the jet sweep, and Dixon
there you go,
sprints for a first down.
There you go.
Gutsy call.
That's a play that made Johnny Manziel right there. 10 trap, right up the gut.
Yeah, Johnny would have scored on that, but it's a good run by Dixon nonetheless.
They'll take it, man. The way the game's going tonight for them, they'll take it, absolutely. We're going to get a timeout here by Taft.
Timeout by the Raiders. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's high school football time, and John Wayne is right in the middle of the action. At the end of this game, one of the players will be chosen as the John Wayne Player of the Game. Go to johnwayne.com right now and vote for the player who you think will win. Pick the correct player, and you'll win 2 tickets to a San Antonio Gunslingers home game. And just for playing, you'll have a chance to win the John Wayne $10,000 home makeover package. Don't fumble. Go to johnwayne.com and vote before the end of the game.
300,000.
300,000.
300,000.
That's how many of you are subscribed to the KSAT 12 YouTube channel. And what do you get? More in-depth stories and unique specials, more newscasts on your time, more local sports, more eats, and more popular videos tailor-made for your busy schedule. Want to know what you're missing? Subscribe today to find out.
Taft Raiders 35-7 leaders in this game. They take a timeout here as Vets driving the ball here. Last year, over at Rutledge on a Thursday night, this was a shootout that Taft won 42-35. They are scoring their part of the deal, and now Vets trying to answer as Dixon keeps it again. And just nowhere to go with it as he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, that's great effort by Dixon, trying to get what he can get. But again, a lot of it has to do with those guys in red jerseys up front for Taft.
As Vets, again, they go hurry up tempo most of the time, and they're ready to go on 2nd and 10. Dixon rolls left, firing underneath, and it is caught, and that is close to a first down for Ben Toney That's his first catch of the night, a yard short.
Nothing wrong with that. A little possession reception there for Tony. Manageable 3rd down and 1 here.
Yeah, definitely 4-down territory. Vets is 0 for 5 on 3rd down conversions, but they have converted 4th downs. They run the jet sweep. Around the end goes Downing, and up the sideline he goes for a 1st down and then some. Good speed there by Jaquan Downing, a junior.
Skelly, that's the first time I think they've been able to successfully turn that corner against this defense today.
Yeah, they've been having to cut it back up, that's for sure here, but they've had some success here of late.
Warren is the running back next to Dixon. Off to his left, 1st down. Man in motion, and they give the ball off to Warren. Straight up the middle, and he'll take it to the house. 15-yard touchdown, Tavion Warren.
That was a good job up front by the bigs, too, for the Patriots right there.
Now they're matching score for score. The problem is that...
Yeah, they're going to have to steal possessions back.
Yeah, they're going to have to steal a couple of them and make a few stops as well.
One thing at a time right here, and that's positive. Lost his shoe there, had a little blowout. Tie those shoes up, kids. Tie them up tight.
Rafael Nunez will try the extra point, and his kick is good. 4:10 to go in the second. Taft, 35, Veterans Memorial, 14. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
We're looking for Dr. Mercer or Dr. Fulton. With the family. Yeah, we can wait.
Foster families not paid. 47 claims of employees not being paid.
We have to speak up and we have to keep fighting.
KSAT investigates the troubling closure of Lone Star Social Services and the corporation behind the decision.
Can't make you get off public property. I'm not even going to try. I do know that Dr. Mercer said that he's not going to comment. The answer will always be no comment.
Stream KSAT's full investigation now on these platforms.
Back at Ferris Stadium, Saturday night high school football week 2. Vets, 8 plays, 63 yards. Tavion Warren with a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots back within 3 scores. Bobby Stotzmer, Randy Skelton, Gabe Padillas, your prime-time crew here tonight. As Vets trying to overcome a bad first quarter, they boot the ball away. That's loose, and it is recovered by Vets. They kicked it to no man's land. It bounced off a Raider, and Keyshawn Hennigan recovers it.
There you go. Find a way.
Great kickoff, by the way.
Sometimes the world gives you lemons. You got to make applesauce, Gabe, and that's what they did right here.
That's it, man. If you ain't going to churn butter, churn applesauce. That's exactly right. They're making an opportunity for themselves. They get a score, Andy, here. It's a 2-score game, and we know that Veterans Memorial, they can move the football. We know they can get stops. This game is about momentum.
And apparently applesauce.
And, oh, man, I could use a big old churned batch of applesauce right now, man.
Very underrated side dish.
I agree. That and cranberry sauce.
From the 34, 1st down, and Dixon in trouble, and boy, right up the middle comes Jamarian Watson, and he drives Dixon into the ground.
Yeah, 5 right there. Watson, great job just blowing and going right there. Loss of about 10 on that. Nowhere to go, right up Main. Someone forgot to block him, Bobby.
I know they were picking player of the game later, man. That defensive front, prime guys for player of the game.
2nd down and long now. 2nd and 20, in fact, for the Patriots. Clinton Dixon throwing down now. Well, fumbles the snap. Don't forget, folks, we invite you to participate in our John Wayne Player of the Game voting. Go online right now. Go to johnwayne.com. Find this game. Go through the roster, select the player that you think should be the player of the game. If it matches ours at the end of the broadcast, you win 2 tickets to see the San Antonio Gunslingers play Arena League football. Plus, you're automatically entered to win a $10,000 home makeover. Great contest. 3rd down and long. They're trying to set up the screen, and it is caught. Here's Tony with the run after catch, and a gain of about 8. Still 4th down and probably still semi-no man's land here.
You got to go right here. I mean, the way it's happening. The way it's happening, the Stars are out of alignment tonight, man. Crazy stuff. Had to go. Punting's overrated.
And they converted on a long 4th down earlier. They netted him a touchdown.
Yeah, with a touchdown, in fact. And now Bobby Irwin's going to. No, Taft is going to call a timeout. We will keep it here, and next week we will have a district opening contest. Brandeis and Marshall back here at Fair Stadium. Marshall off to a bit of a rough start. Brandeis had a rough night last night. They looked outstanding in the KSAT Pigskin Classic last week against O'Connor, but their quarterback was injured last night early in the game against Brennan. And Brennan, of course, even though they lost that opening game pretty handily to Steele, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And they defeated Brandeis last night, but that game next week is the district opener when it really counts.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, you got teams like Brennan, Coach Bazor, and you got teams like Taft and Ricky Stade, and they get beat. You don't want to play them the next week. You don't. I mean, you've seen it with Taft tonight. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. Coach Bazor came back with his Brennan Bears, and again, great coaches do great things like that, and that's just part of football, you know, handling adversity, coming back, and you know, you can't make excuses with the woulda, coulda, shoulda, but you can make excuses and come out and how you play the next game, and we're seeing it tonight with the Taft Raiders. We saw it last night with the Brennan Bears, and again, injuries happen in football, unfortunately, and they're untimely, and that they can make or break a season in a lot of cases if it's the wrong position.
After the timeout, it's 4th and 17. Vets, by the way, has all 3 timeouts. Dixon steps up. He's going to run, a sprint forward. Can he get there? He does. Great speed to the outside and out of bounds at the 15. Dixon shifted gears there along the way, Andy, and blew past everyone.
That's quarterback run all the way. You saw the motion come all the way out here. It's like clearing out man-to-man in basketball, and that's what they did. Opened up the middle of the field. He hit the burners right there. Thought he might have got in the end zone, but great job right there by Dixon.
And they quickly get up to the line of scrimmage and hand the ball off to Bassett, and he has a gain of 3. That was a big 1st down and a big 4th down. If there's anything going right for Vets tonight, it's 4th down conversions. They're 4 for 4 on 4th down conversions.
And make sure it's like 4th and, 15.
Yeah, they had a fake punt. They had the touchdown pass, and now that big conversion as well. 2nd down for the Patriots. Again, it's Warren. Takes it straight ahead. Maybe a yard more.
Well, they got 1:30 and counting right here, kind of being a little conservative.
Vets did get the ball first in the first half, so Taft will have it first in the second half, which puts even more emphasis on this drive for Vets. They're 1 for 7 on 3rd downs, 4 for 4 on 4th downs. No snap. Dixon picks it up and wheels out of that mess. And man,
that's been an issue all night for.
That was like a rugby, just rolled the ball back behind the line.
It never got out. And again, being in the shotgun, it slipped out of his hand, center's hand, and is what it is when you're in the shotgun.
Guys, that play, it almost looked like a face mask. It looked like the guy from Taft raked across a face mask of the quarterback. They didn't call that.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're going to call a timeout right now, Veterans Memorial.
After they burned some clock down.
Well, again, Dixon's doing a great job with what he's got with that snap. That time he was presence of mind to go up in there and get that snap before somebody in red fell on it.
Skelly, he looks hobbled. I think Dixon took a shot going down there.
Yeah, they're going to give him a little breather here with the timeout as well and burn some clock down. We'll keep it here. And coming up in our half, we're going to have performances from both bands. But we'll also have our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. Each week during our telecast, you get to see who our Player of the Week. And all of those players, it starts with a player of the game. And it starts with a player game in a game like this. You can vote. whoever our players of the game on all of our games on the Big Game Coverage app and here on MeTV, we select players of the game. Those players are then nominated for Player of the Week, and the voting starts tomorrow. It will start a little earlier tomorrow, as I understand it, probably around noontime, if not sooner. You can vote from Sunday until Tuesday at 2 o'clock, and that's when the winner will be announced, and you'll get to see who last week's winner was coming up during our halftime show, during the Fred Loya Insurance halftime show, to be exact. 4th down here, Andy, and I mean,
4th and 10.
Yeah, I mean, is a field goal even worth it at this point?
Yeah, there's two schools of thought on that. I mean, you want to get some points on the board if you can. If you got a kicker that could kick you a 37-yard field goal right here. But I think 4th and 10 right here, 22 seconds in the half. You want to try to get you 7 right here, and or at least get you the first down, get down to the 5-yard line. Just inside the 5.
Setting up for a field goal, though.
Yeah, they are going to go ahead and set up for
That's
it.
what I said first. 2 schools. That was my first school.
Rafael Nunez.
Something positive.
From the left hash at the 22-yard line, 32-yard attempt. And he gets enough leg into it, and the kick is good. A 32-yard field goal makes it 35-17, so you wind up with some points.
Yeah, and then again, you're still trying to climb back in this thing. Some things have to happen. Again, they got the kicking game. They got possession back on that last kickoff. You're going to have to do some things like that. Get creative. You got to have the football. You can't trade points right now with Taft coming in the second half. And again, it's a lot of football left to play.
Well, yeah, Andy, you talked about guys like Steve Baser and Ricky State and how they get their teams to come back, after big losses. This is kind of the same message that Bobby Irvin's going to take inside that locker room. How's this team going to come back in the second half of this football game? Because they were a little flat. They caught some bad breaks, and we'll see. What type of football team comes out in the second half out of that Veterans Memorial locker room?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals. Coach Irvin knows that, man. He's going to be in there in the half saying, look, nobody's coming. The cavalry's not coming. It's us. It's the people in this locker room. We got to find a way. And right now, the coaches and the players, trying to figure it out.
After a really terrible first quarter, the reality of the second quarter is that Vets has outscored Taft 17-7 in the second, but a 28-0 first quarter by Taft still has them out in front considerably.
Pretty good head start, isn't it?
Yeah, when you spot them that many.
People's going to kick it off. They're going to try that spot again, but this time the Raiders there to make the fair catch at the 27-yard line.
We got a flag. It's going to be offsides here, looks like, on Vets on the kickoff.
Evan Olsen with the fair catch. He has a touchdown reception tonight.
Andy, do you make him kick it over, or you just say, let's just take it and go into the locker room with a lead?
Take 5 yards.
I don't know. I mean, they
line up, throw it deep again on the flag route.
Gabe, have you not noticed they have some pretty explosive receivers at Taft this year?
I'll tell you what I have noticed is Andy munching on them Skittles. Say, are you going to save me some at least when I go up there?
No, pick me some up on your way up.
Oh, my goodness.
5-yard penalty tacked onto the end of the kick. First down.
I'd definitely throw the ball deep right here.
Yeah, take a shot. Why not?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to take a knee and go in. You got number 5. You got a Costa.
Is that from the second school of coaching or the first? I can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, last year they leaned so heavily on
that Elmore back. They're going to take a knee here.
TJ Andrews was such a dynamic running back for them last year. It was TJ Andrews, 25 carries a game was a lot of their offense, but some diversity this year with Johnny Lott throwing it around and some good receivers, and also some big breaks for Taft, and they capitalize on most of them. And so they go to the locker room with a 35-17 lead over Veterans Memorial. Let's see if we can track down Ricky Stade and get his thoughts on our first half, as Gabe will try to locate him down on the sidelines.
All right, here we go, guys.
Here we go, Ricky Stade.
Coach, you guys came in coming off of a tough loss last week. This team was as intense as I've seen a Taft team, and they played pretty intense. What was the message going into this game, and what's the message going to be coming out of the locker room?
No excuses. We got to play. We got to stop giving things away and playing Raider football. And once we get back to that, we'll be okay. But we got to keep that intensity for 4 quarters. It's a good football team. Saw them rally for 17 points right there in the second quarter. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Coach, best luck second half.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Go Raiders.
All right, guys.
All right, Ricky Stade, before he heads to the locker room. We'll be back after the break, and we'll start up our Fred Loya Insurance halftime show. But first, this time out, this is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
300,000.
300,000.
300,000.
That's how many of you are subscribed to the KSAT 12 YouTube channel. And what do you get? More in-depth stories and unique specials, more newscasts on your time, more local sports, more eats, and more popular videos tailor-made for your busy schedule. Want to know what you're missing? Subscribe today to find out.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school and let's celebrate our common bond.
Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football.
Come to the games.
It's a new day, and how you start makes all the difference.
And good morning, San Antonio.
Thanks so much for joining us today. GMSA gets you up and out the door with only what you need for the day ahead.
New now and continued coverage. More of what impacts you.
Leave doubt at the door. Our pinpoint forecast takes you inside what's next, hour by hour. Have a great day, guys. And with more live views from the road, we keep you clear of the backup.
Everywhere you watch, expect more with GMSA.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank & Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank & Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank & Trust, strong and stable since 1913.
And welcome back here to Ferris Stadium as we see the Veterans Memorial Band. This is the Fred Lawyer Insurance halftime show, affordable car insurance with multiple discounts. We have onto the field now the Veterans Memorial High School Band ready to perform as part of our Fred Lawyer Insurance halftime show. We thank you for joining us. It is the Taft Raiders leading Veterans Memorial 35-17 at the half as we head to the field and watch the action. See the Veterans Memorial Band and Dance Drill Team joining them on the field as they march off now, and we will go ahead and take a break here on the Fred Lawyer Insurance halftime show. When we return, we'll introduce you to this week's John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Lawyer customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Lawyer Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
We're looking for Dr. Mercer or Dr. Fulton with the family. Yeah, we can wait.
Foster families not paid. 47 claims of employees not being paid.
We have to speak up and we have to keep fighting.
KSAT investigates the troubling closure of Lone Star Social Services and the corporation behind the decision.
Can't make you get off public property. I'm not even going to try. I do know that Dr. Murphy said that he's not going to comment. The answer will always be no comment.
Stream KSAT's full investigation now on these platforms.
Judson ISD encourages creative learning and welcomes your students at 2 of our innovative elementary campuses. Franz Leadership Academy offers project-based lessons fostering critical thinking skills. At the Fine Arts Academy at Olympia Elementary School, art and music instruction promotes imaginative problem solving. Both campuses offer high-quality programs preparing your students for future successes. Register your child today here at Judson ISD.
We're here at Kennedy High School, home of the Rockets, the first John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week award, and first time ever here to Kennedy High School. And today, presenting the award as Kennedy defeats Edison to open up their season, we have Jimmy Saucedo from the San Antonio Gunslingers to present the John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week, Estevan Portillo, the quarterback of the Kennedy Rockets.
Well, for me, was having the good protection from my O-line and then just having good receivers as well. I feel like our outcome was very good. Just little things we could fix, but that's what we're here for. That's where we're at practice, you know, just putting in the work, getting ready for this next coming game.
Well, Estevan's always been a good kid. I had him in biology class and during the COVID year, and he was always turning on his computer screen and showing up to class every single day when 90% of the students weren't. And he's a straight-A student. And that kid has been steadily improving since his freshman year until now, and it's wonderful to see the fruits of his labor coming to full circle here with this.
I do. I have a bunch of seniors that I had looked up to my freshman and sophomore years, and you know, for me to be a leader for these guys, it's truly a lot, because I want to make sure I'm 100% for them, regardless if I'm having a bad day or not, because they're my team, they're my priority, and I just want all of us to be on it together.
So this was really a coming out party for Stevie. He envisioned himself as a passing quarterback, you know, like Peyton Manning, and all of a sudden his first touchdown, he pulls the ball, runs straight up the middle, and runs over a couple of guys. You know, and he comes to the sideline, and he immediately tells me, "Coach, that's why we're going to the weight room every day." And you know, he learned that he can score in multiple ways, and he learned how to operate this offense. And we left a lot of points on the board too, and he knows that. And so he's sitting there on huddle, watching film, learning how to get better and learning how to improve his game constantly. I think that's great. You know, the more kids can get recognized, the better it is for them socially and emotionally in terms of their development. And you know, any company that goes and supports the military, I am a big supporter of.
It's truly a blessing, sir. It's something new, I can tell you that. I was kind of lost at words about it, but you know, thanks to my coaches, my teachers, my brothers on the field, and my community for this opportunity, because without them it wouldn't be possible. And you know, of course, thanks to God.
So once again, Estevan Portillo, the quarterback of the Kennedy Rockets, is our first John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. We're going to do this all year. We invite you to watch all the games on KSAT Big Game Coverage, the Big Game Coverage app, and all the KSAT platforms as well. You can vote for the player of the game, and then starting on Sunday, vote for your John Wayne Service Company Player of the Week. Go to johnwayne.com to participate. A chance to win a $10,000 home makeover at the end of the year.
Have you been looking for a computer and electronics store that's right for you? Altex Computers and Electronics has been serving businesses and consumers for over 30 years. Altex has aisles and aisles of computer systems, laptops, network accessories, surveillance equipment, and thousands of cables and connectors. From computer upgrades and repair to complete system and network design and installation, Altex gives great customer service before and after the sale. Altex Computers and Electronics, your total technology store. Locations throughout Texas and altex.com.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
The Lind Company of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
If you don't mean it, it's just words. Well, integrity is basically loyalty to be good when no one is watching, so you should do it because you know it's right.
Halftime show. The Taft Raider band has made their way onto the field. Let's go take a look and listen to the sights and sounds from Ferris Stadium. Good-sized band out there for Taft. A lot of participation, in fact, at Taft. That's great to see as we will continue with the next part of this performance. Of course, during the Fred Loya Insurance halftime show all season long on Big Game coverage and here on MeTV, when our telecast will happen on Saturday nights and some Thursday nights as well throughout the season. Next week, by the way, we'll be back here at Ferris Stadium. District opener for 29-6A, the Brandeis Broncos, and we don't know yet the status of Filia, their outstanding senior quarterback who got hurt in yesterday's loss to Brennan, and the Marshall Rams trying to turn it around at the right time as they open district play against Brandeis. That'll be our telecast next Saturday night here on MeTV. But throughout the BGC broadcast, Big Game coverage, and KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, you can watch the band performances at halftime. We got one other BGC game going on right now over at Alamo Stadium. It is the Sam Houston Hurricanes with a 13-7 lead over Burbank in the third as we go back to the field and listen in as the Taft Raider Band set to go again. Let's listen. The Taft High School Marching Band. The Taft High School Band here on the Fred Loya Insurance Halftime Show. We'll talk second half adjustments. We'll give you the stats and highlights from the first half when we continue from Ferris Stadium in just a moment. Taft 35 and Veterans Memorial 17. You're watching high school football presented by John Wayne Service Company on BGC and MeTV.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
It's a new day, and how you start makes all the difference.
And good morning, San Antonio.
Thanks so much for joining us today. GMSA gets you up and out the door with only what you need for the day ahead.
New now and continued coverage. More of what impacts you.
Leave doubt at the door. Our pinpoint forecast takes you inside what's next, hour by hour. Have a great day, guys. And with more live views from the road, we keep you clear of the backup.
Everywhere you watch, expect more with GMSA.
Every day, KSAT 12's Weather Authority's sole purpose is to keep you and your family safe. We do that by taking you into the conditions like no one else. Whether it's pop-up storms, flash flooding, or blistering heat, this is that 3D view, and it tells us our 3D storm tracking warns you, showing you the exact path and pinpointing dangers you can't see. With more storm-certified meteorologists and more live forecasts constantly updated by us on the KSAT Weather Authority app.
Expect more with KSAT 12's Weather Authority.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. Right now, get a complete new system with affordable monthly payments from $72, plus get no interest and no payments for 12 months. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
All right, guys, I'm here with Bobby Irvin, the head football coach of Veterans Memorial. Coach, football is a game of breaks. You guys caught a few bad ones in the first half. What was the message to your team heading out to the second half locker room?
Well, just, we believe that momentum's always coming our way. We had a bad first quarter, but we turned around in the second quarter and we played with our kind of effort, and good things happened to us. So, we're just going to try to build on some momentum we got in the second quarter and, give everything we got and see what happens.
Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right, that is Coach Bobby Irvin of the Veterans Memorial Patriots. As we take a look now, Andy, at the first half stats in this one, and they're a little bit deceiving, I think, when you think about 35 points for the Taft Raiders, as the total numbers there, 169 yards to 149, that's pretty even. But a 169 doesn't usually net you 35 points. And that tells you that bottom stat on Vets is really big in this game. The 2 turnovers, and then of course the strangeness with the one whistle, and Taft had a short field, but credit to Raiders, they got the ball in the end zone. But Vets is perfectly capable, as you can see. They're pretty evenly matched on the stat category.
Well, and again, you look at the things that matter. Third down conversions is not on here. Third down conversions. Veterans Memorial 1 of 8. They got to shore up some things. They got to win on first downs to keep themselves out of third and long and things like that. Penalties, they had 6 penalties. Again, trying to control the things you can control, not making excuses for the officials and things like that. Control the things you can control. Coach Irvin said that. He said we got to be us, and when they were us, good things happen. They got 17 points on the board, and that's what you do. One play at a time, one drive at a time. Taft's going to get the ball here to start the second half, but control what you can control.
All right, let's go ahead and look at the first half stats as the Raiders got on the board first, as they had a short field on their very first possession. They score on this 35-yard pass, Johnny Lott to Evan Olson.
And again, they love that corner route right there. They've gone to it about 5 times in the first half, and great ball by Lott. Quarterback sneak right here.
Yeah, the very next one, again, a short field, 4th place, 36 yards. And then, again, when you're getting 1-yard touchdown runs, this next drive capped off a 1-play, 1-yard drive that took 5 seconds. That was after the whistle situation. And then, again, after another turnover, this 28-yard pass, Lott to Aleman.
Yeah, and again, they're loving that look right there for whatever reason, trying to run that corner route, and they paid dividends for him in the first half.
And finally, Vets was able to get on the board here as Dixon to Darden on 4th down.
Yeah, it was good patience by Dixon getting the ball, great effort by Darden getting in the end zone.
But Taft, they came right back after that score, and they put together an 88-yard drive. This was the 9-yard run by Elmore. That was set up by that beautiful backside screen pass. They got him down in scoring position. But Vets bounces right back here. As you see, Tavion Warren into the game with a 15-yard touchdown run. And then, of course, the field goal by Rafael Nunez was the last score of that first half. And of course, hindsight's 2020. We were wondering, will they go for it on 4th and 10 or will they kick the field goal? Bobby Irvin played it safe there, got 3 points out of the deal. And I think that he's thinking, guys, that, I mean, we just had a bad first quarter. We have an uphill climb because of it, but we're capable, as they showed in the second quarter.
Well, and they stopped the bleeding. You know, when you got all-out bleeder going on, you're about to bleed out as a football team. They stopped the bleeding. They slowed the bleeding. They got some points on the board. Again, and they got to control the things they can control as they get ready to kick the ball off here to Taft. First thing they got to do is get a stop, get a defensive stop, and get the ball back right here, and then start working possession to possession, manage your clock and things like that. Try to climb back in this thing.
And Gabe, for Taft, they got to be pay close attention to the kickoff because Vets they've placed the ball or tried to place it in no man's land a couple of times here, one time successfully.
Yeah, and I think even more so than that, I'm sure the message with Ricky State was just play mistake-free football and maintain that intensity. Maintain that intensity because, Andy, that was an intense football team in the first half, and I kind of saw a lack of intensity from Veterans Memorial, but we'll see what adjustments both of these coaches make here in the second half.
So Rafael Nunez is going to kick it off here for Veterans Memorial, and he'll punch this one deep. It's going to be taken at the 11-yard line, left side of the field by Blanco, and he returns it into a wall of white jerseys at the 22.
Yeah, led by Avery Crouch, number 7, coming fly again. Kickoff coverage tonight has been pretty good. AC 7, Avery Crouch wrapping him up, flying downfield here. White shirt showing up on time on that one.
You see a little
chippy right there. That's going to be like that in the second half.
Well, you see how Vets was hopping around there. They're, as Gabe, you mentioned the lack of intensity. It looks like they've decided to bring some intensity, at least early on here.
Watching them warm up, man. This is a different team than we saw to start this football game, and you could kind of tell in Coach Irvin's voice as I talked to him. He was very, very subtle, very coy, and you got to know that there was a little hooping and hollering in that halftime locker room.
From the 24, they spot it. And they're going to fake the jet sweep. Lott keeps it, and he is tackled immediately.
Michael Irvin, inside linebacker, triggered on the gap right there. They put a little backside guard pull right here. We'll see on the Wainwright and a turning replay. Great job sitting, not taking the fake. Tackle for no gain.
Lott was very efficient throwing the football in the first half, as he was 4 for 9, 95 yards, 2 touchdowns, 23-yard average. He'll face a 2nd and 10 here. And he'll hand it to Elmore on the counter. Reaches the ball out to the 30-yard line, now 36 with a pickup of 6, maybe 7.
That's a pretty good push right there by the Taft offensive line. Blocking angles right there to pick up a good 7 yards.
Elmore had 58 yards in the first half.
2 touchdowns too, I believe, Bobby.
Guys, it's a pretty big play early. I mean, there are times when you know it's a go for it and 4th down. They get a stop here. I don't care if it's 4th and 1. Taft is going to punt the football. Vet's going to get it back.
So 3rd down here and 3, a long 3 at that, as they're going to let Lott run the football, and he finishes the run as if he were a fullback. He just put his shoulders down and plows his way for the first down.
Yeah, you pull a guard, you pull the wing back, and you pull the fullback. That's a counter lead right there. You got 3 guys leading you up in there. Then you're number 1 right there, Lott. You just lower your shoulder pads, BYOB to finish it and be your own blocker, get a first down.
Lott, a very effective runner. He ran for 102 yards a week ago, threw for 250, goes under center now with Elmore in the I-back position. They'll toss it to him and lead out in front, but pursuing from the backside was Aaron Hoyle with the stop and a loss.
Again, they're running that toss sweep lead with the quarterback leading up in there. Hoyle just came off the hip of his tackle when he was blocking zone to the left right there, took him right to the football. Also won.
And he pursued right down the line there and tracked it down backside. Of course, if you commit to that too much, you set yourself up for a reverse, but
reverse or naked bootleg.
2nd down and 11 now. Lott returns with a shotgun. Option play right side. Fakes the pitch and then keeps it. And gains a couple of yards there. Pretty well defended there by the Patriots.
Yeah, that's a good job right there by Aaron Hall, 21. Kind of slow playing the quarterback and then taking the pitch. That's his guy, and then allows his linebacker to clean it up. Michael Irvin coming inside out.
So we go to third down again.
Yeah, that's a very underrated defensive play, and it just slows the play just enough to not allow an athlete like Lott to turn on the boosters and allow that defense to get in there and make that tackle.
The fake pitch is probably the only reason it didn't get stopped at the line of scrimmage, as Vets was in position. So third down Raiders, they're 1 for 2 on third downs. They've had short fields to work with, as Lott will keep it again, and he gets swarmed.
There you go. Bend but don't break, baby. Bend but no break. That's the Vets defense right now. Brings up 4th down and 6.
And I'll tell you what, if you guys can get a shot of Coach Irvin down here, man, he's doing his best Charlie Bruce impersonation, man. He is all over the place, incredibly animated. And I mean, if the way his team is playing is a reflective of how he's coaching, man, these guys have come out fired up and ready to go.
Jaquan Downing is in return position now. And this is something Taft hadn't had to deal with, a punt.
Have they punted today?
I don't believe they have. Johnny Lott, the quarterback, is also the punter.
Well, they did punt it down in the end zone when it
quarterback pooch punt, yeah.
Lott gets it away. Knuckleball that is fair caught by Jaquan Downing at the 28-yard line. So 1 first down there, Andy, for Taft, and then Vets holds, and now the Patriots have their shot here in the third.
You couldn't draw it up any better coming out in the second half here for the Patriots. Defense holds right here. You got your first possession, and again, as coaches, we talk about that first possession of the third quarter, setting the tempo right here, and it all starts with the bigs up front. You got to get a little nasty right here. And again, the veterans offensive lines have their hands full tonight with the D-line for Taft. They're going to have to get a little bit jiggy with it right here and move some bodies.
Nasty and jiggy. I love it. Let's do it.
Dixon out of the shotgun, keeps it, heads forward, stretches out to the 31 after the fake to Bassett.
Well, they did have a little success at the end of the first half, running the quarterback down Main Street off of that zone read look.
And he showed on that one run, Andy, he's got legitimate speed.
Yeah, he got a different gear when he hits it.
2nd and 7 here for the Patriots. Give to Bassett, follows his H-back to the left side, up to the 33-yard line, about 2 more.
Looks like he should have got a little bit more than that, but that's a great job by Taft in pursuit. That's going to be number 6 flying up in there. It's going to be Zach Sudeth, number 6.
Patriot possession, 3rd down, 5 yards to go.
What Taft was able to do on that first drive is burn a little bit of clock, as we're at the 6:37 mark already in the third. Trips right here for Dixon. He'll throw it out to the right side, and it is deflected and dropped. And I tell you what,
that could have been picked. That could have been trouble.
Jean Castro, number 2, was all over that from the very beginning.
Was that him that jumped it, number 2? Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, he's seen that a couple times. Great job running it past the play, though, by Darden, not letting him stop. 2-on-2 right there blocking.
Yeah, he may have picked it off had they not kept shoving him along. And so Vets with a 3 and out. That's just what the Raiders wanted, as Ivan Lee will be back in, or check that. That is Zach Sudeth as the return man. High and it will take a sideways rolling out of bounds at the 48. And now we have a scuffle.
Yep.
And flags.
And hats.
Well, we saw that at the opening kickoff of the second half. I told y'all they're going to be a little chippy. And they got to be smart. You see Coach Stade getting his guy out of the situation. Good job by Coach jumping out there.
The head coach went and got his guy off the field.
You pull your guy off. You don't worry about the other guy. The other coach worry about their guys. And that's what you do. You get your guys out of that situation. These are teenagers. You know, they kind of, teenagers aren't known for making sound quality decisions much.
What? Come on. Teenagers make the best decisions. Are you kidding
I was
me?
going to go into my anatomy physiology lecture on the prefrontal cortex, Gabe, not being developed,
Like using their dad's Rogaine to try and grow a mustache. That's the kind of stupid stuff teenagers do. I'm not saying that was Chachi that did it. I'm just saying I got some Rogaine missing.
Well, I'm
That's
just
all I'm
saying
saying.
the prefrontal cortex is not done growing yet. They don't know, man. They don't know when the kid goes, hey, son, why'd you do that? They go, I don't know. They don't know. They really don't know.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 99, Taft. Dead ball unsportsmanlike, number 3, Veterans Memorial. Both those fouls were offset. First down.
There you go. Let's go. Let's go.
We were talking about this last night in our broadcast. This is the one sport where you could do the worst thing, so much so that they call it unsportsmanlike conduct. Both guys do it, and guess what? It's null and void. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You did something horrible, and you did something horrible. So the consequences are, we're not going to do anything.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right? Think about it.
If you know me by now, Gabe, I just get out of the way. Let the kids play.
That's a Zachy Dixon special right there, guys. I got to give him the credit for that.
Let them play. It's a physical ball game. They got $1,000 worth of pads on per athlete out there. Let's play. Let them pop. Let them hit a little bit. They're going to be fine.
Man, you're getting me fired up,
Hey,
Andy.
it ain't like they got sticks like it's hockey or baseball or anything. I mean,
wow.
Come on, don't forget why this game was invented.
Hey, will you stick them with a pin or something and make them stop?
First and 10. Handoff, Elmore, left side.
There you
Wow.
go.
A little
There's some physicality.
Pick and pull collision there at midfield and a big hit
Had to
by
clear the old snot locker out right there. Had a baby.
Darius Thompson with a big hit. Watch this pick and pull collision right here.
We haven't seen that out of the secondary.
That was actually Perkins.
Yeah, that was a great job showing up. Force meets force. The cavalry running to the football. That was pretty right there by the Patriots defense.
I saw some gelatinous nasal activity. I'll say that. It jarred something.
Hey, if you ain't trading secretions, you ain't playing hard enough.
Slobber knocker. Lot rolls and fires it deep.
There
and
it
it's
is.
caught at the 25 and out of bounds is Stevenson.
I told you they're gonna come back to that. That's that little corner route, but they did it out of a different look that time. And I'm hearing whistles. Is it whistles down there, Gabe?
Yeah, there's actually.
Or is that the phantom whistle thing?
Those are known whistles.
Stan Lang asked me, "Was that you wheezing? Was that actually a kid down for Vets Memorial? Yeah, I think he cramped up. Yeah, that was a warranted whistle, not an unknown whistle."
Gabe.
Yes, sir.
Just don't stop the game to attend to your cramp on this one.
I've already asked. They said they're just going to kind of roll me to the side.
You found out in advance.
Not unlike a beached whale.
From the 24-yard line, Elmore finds his way through, and some heavy traffic for a gain of 5.
I'll tell you what, he's a candidate in my book for player of the game. I mean, he's got 2 touchdowns already. He's running tough. And yeah, the bigs up front. There you go. Go ahead and vote. JohnWayne.com. You're right. Win those tickets to the Gunslingers. But so far, he's been workhorse for the Raiders.
Second down and 5. They go back to pistol, and Taft, if nothing else, guys, they've burnt some clock in this third quarter.
Yeah, they're going to definitely try to shorten the game. That clock is their friend.
Yeah, between this and their first series, Bob, I mean, they've eaten half of this quarter. Well over half of this quarter.
Lott going to keep it himself. He follows Elmore on the lead. About a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, don't forget, he runs the ball, too. We ain't seen a lot out of him tonight, but he is a dual-threat guy.
Skelly, again, started this season, I would have said he's a running quarterback, but this kid can do it both.
3rd and 1. Back to Elmore. Offensive line gets a little scrum work in there, and they pick up the first down.
Got enough there.
This is exactly what you want if you're Ricky State. It's just keep that clock rolling and ultimately score on this possession. Lott out of the pistol with Elmore behind him. Will throw, fade route, right corner. Jump ball, and winning the jump is Elmod for the touchdown.
He's a stud, man.
Yeah, that was a good looking play right there. And again, one-on-one, 50-50 ball. Some coaches call that. Looking at the Wainwright Lawyer replay right here coming right at you. Goes up and catches that at the highest point. Touchdown Raiders.
And the defender's momentum carried him a little bit past the ball there as well. But that's exactly what you want if you're Johnny Lott, the quarterback, is to allow your athlete to make a play.
Yeah, you throw up the jump ball there, let him go get it.
And the extra point makes it Taft 42, Vets 17, 3:44 to go in the third.
I'm hearing whistles, Gabe. Do you hear whistles?
I'm hearing whistles, yes.
You are watching high school football presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank & Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank & Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank & Trust, strong and stable since 1913. It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
Welcome back here, the Taft Raiders. 6 plays, 40 yards. That was, actually it was 60 yards. They started at the 40. And the touchdown was the catch by Jaden Alaman. And so Taft reasserts themselves here, Andy, and they have control of this football game.
Yeah, and again, they got the luxury of the clock as well here. Vets needs to get something going right here.
Here's Darden on the return. This time covered well by the Raiders. And, you know, you hate to put the pressure on your offense to make big plays. You want to be able to just execute what you do. But the reality of the situation is I think Vets is going to have to hit some home runs now. Base hits aren't going to do it.
Again, I don't think it's pressure. I mean, you heard Coach Irvin, do what you do. You know, good things will happen. I mean, you're not going to reinvent the wheel. You're not going to draw, you know, in the dirt. You're going to do your game plan as we have a Raider that's hobbled up right here. But, I mean, you're going to go out there, you're going to run your offense. And that's all you can do as offensive coordinator. And, again, it makes you want to pull your hair out sometimes when you're having a night like tonight. But it ain't going away. And it's a great life lesson. Adversity's hitting you in the face. You got to swing back right here. 1st and 10, Patriots.
Bassett is the running back next to Dixon. He gets the handoff. Bassett heads forward to the 36-yard line. Keep in mind, at some point in time this season, we think in a couple of weeks, James Peoples is expected to return. And that is a Ohio State commit that will be added to this offense. But they don't have him right now. They got to try to get it done on this possession as they fumble the ball. On the ground again there for the Patriots, covered up by Darden.
I mean, I don't care if you're playing for the Dallas Cowboys, Bobby. Nothing's going to help that right there if you're putting the ball on the ground, you're making penalties and things like that. That's the things they need to clean up and control. And again, they dodged a bullet right there on a turnover.
Andy, it seems like the mistakes that killed Taft last week is just that mistake bug is gone to the other side of the field for veterans.
So 3rd down and 10 here for the Patriots. Dixon rolls left. Fires it. Good ball and a diving attempt, and they're going to call it incomplete.
Good route, though.
Intended for Jaquan Downing.
Downing, great job, great route, breaking it off. I thought he might have had it, but I guess he dropped it as he went into the Taft sideline. As we see some fireworks, literally, over here from Fiesta, Texas. It is that time of night, isn't it? 9:30? Yep, pretty close.
Where are they? I hate being on the field. Gosh almighty. Where are they at, Andy?
Over there by Fiesta, Texas, man.
Well, okay, thank you. I'm from the south side, buddy. I don't know where that's
Okay, go to northwest where you're standing.
Okay,
look
up. What? No, I can't look up.
Punt time here for Vets. This is a boomer. A good punt. Wow, this is going to take a big roll for Vets. And pin back Taft to the 17-yard line. Next week, Vets will resume play against MacArthur in a non-district contest. and then 2 more non-district contests against Canyon Lake and Lockhart. So they have some time. Actually, Lockhart is a district game. Canyon Lake is non-district. They have until September the 29th before they start district play. Then Lockhart, Liberty Hill, Bastrop, Piper, Tivy, and Cedar Creek. So I would imagine that Coach Bobby Irvin is hoping and hopeful that James Peoples will be back in time, at least for district.
Yeah, they're going to try to hold him for district. There's no reason to, if it's an iffy thing, they're not going to bring it out in non-district. Especially the caliber of kid he is, you want him to be healthy.
I agree. I think this is purposeful. Obviously, I think if push come to shove, he could probably play. It's just not worth it this early in the season.
Lott going to keep it, heading left, makes one man miss, and that's all. Johnny Lott there, Andy. He made most of that yardage on his own.
Yeah, and again, we saw that last year, and he's just done nothing but gain more confidence, more moxie, and senior season that goes with that experience. You can only get that way with experience and going through the fire and the tribulations, and he's getting to enjoy the fruits of his labor being a senior.
2nd down and 6.
Well, they are just bleeding this third quarter.
New running back in, that is Delgado, Isaiah Delgado, run to the sidelines.
That was some shots there on the sideline, guys.
I was going to say, they're flying around over there. Number 10's still on the ground. That's Watson, or Warren, rather, I'm sorry, on the ground.
Timeout on the field. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on VTV.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
We're looking for Dr. Mercer or Dr. Fulton. With the family. Yeah, we can wait.
Foster families not paid. 47 claims of employees not being paid.
We have to speak up and we have to keep fighting.
KSAT investigates the troubling closure of Lone Star Social Services and the corporation behind the decision.
Can't make you get off public property. I'm not even going to try. I do know that Dr. Murphy said that he's not going to comment. The answer will always be no comment.
Stream KSAT's full investigation now on these platforms.
Back to Ferris Stadium. We'll be here again next week, folks. District opener 29 6A, Brandeis 28 6A, my bad. 29 is mostly north side, but 28 is mostly northeast plus Brandeis, Marshall, and Clark. We'll have that district opener live here from Ferris. And at 7 o'clock start, 6:30 is South Texas game day.
Yeah, so guys, right quick, I had a chance to talk to a couple of sources here on the sidelines that tell me that Lincoln Filiaw's injury is not as bad as they first thought. He should be back to action next week in that district opener.
So Johnny Lott and the Taft Raiders face a 3rd down and 6. They load up the right side of the formation. He'll sprint out that way.
Corner route again.
He throws it underneath this time and incomplete. That's what Vets needed to stop with the stoppage of clock.
Little flood concept right there. 3 levels, 5, 10, and 15 yards. That's why it's called a flood. Pick one. That time he came to the underneath route. Incomplete, 4th down. The old flood. High percentage.
Here's a trivia question. Who started free agency in baseball, guys?
Curtis Flood?
Yes, Kurt Flood. Exactly. Good one. I even gave you half the name, or Andy did at least.
He set us up for that one.
I did.
Jaquan Downing, the return man. Johnny Lott, the punter. And he'll fair catch it.
It's a pretty good punter, too, isn't he?
Yeah, not bad. And he also, by being the punter and the quarterback, he's always a threat back there. You remember Danny White, Cowboys quarterback, but he was also their punter.
Yes, I do remember that.
Not only was he a threat throwing the ball on a fake punt. He could actually run the ball pretty well, too.
Yeah, I think they stopped him when he became the starting quarterback and broke my heart in 3 consecutive NFC championship games.
You're over it, though, right?
No, God, never. Are you over it?
Not really.
I don't think so either. I hate Dwight Clark forever.
And Joe Theismann. And Ron Jaworski. Yeah. No.
Yeah, all of them.
I don't hate Tony Franklin. He was on he was on that Philadelphia Eagles team.
He's literally the only one I'm not mad at. Harold Carmichael, all of them.
Wilbur Montgomery.
Yes.
From Abilene Christian. 2nd down and 12. Vets got to get him moving quickly here. A little sideways pass and then catch and run. Up the field goes Downing and out of bounds with 14 seconds left in the 3rd.
And a little urgency here, trying to work quick, obviously. Trying to put something together here. 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and mid, manageable. Get you a 1st down here.
Dixon, senior quarterback, runs right, run pass option, hits his man on the sidelines, and again out of bounds. This time with the 1st down is Downing with 5 seconds to go. So one more play here in the 3rd.
Possession. 1st down, 10 yards to go. At the
doing a little clock management here as well, Skelly.
Yeah, I mean they're capable when they're firing on all pistons.
Handoff to Bassett to end the 3rd. He gets stopped for a loss, and after 3, Taft Raiders 42, Veterans Memorial Patriots 17. You're watching the high school football showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Veterans Memorial 17.
It's hot in Texas, and our electrical grid is getting maxed out. Don't get left in the dark. John Wayne has a full warehouse of standby generators ready for immediate installation. We'll keep the lights on, keep you cool, even if you lose power. And right now, enjoy no payments and no interest for 12 months. That's right, no payments until 2024. For a limited time, when you purchase your standby generator from John Wayne, we'll install a complete home surge protection system for free. Call or text John Wayne today at 293-6700.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
Welcome back. Here we start the 4th quarter of play. Bobby Stotzenberger along with Andy Skelton and Gabe Thaddeus, otherwise known as the Beatles of high school football broadcasting.
Good Lord.
Gabe is Ringo, of course. Whoever the clown is. Just kidding, guys.
Didn't Ringo Starr in the movie Caveman? Right? He was the guy from Caveman. I will take it. Thank you. Who was his nemesis? John Matuzak. There you go. I can't remember my wedding anniversary, but I remember stuff like that. For sure.
Important stuff.
I thought we were more like the Monkees.
Yes, the Monkees.
3rd down and 13. Dixon rolls
Mickey
out
Dolenz.
left. Fires it. Intercepted. 2nd pick tonight by the Raiders. Returning it out is Roberto Aguirre to near midfield. So the 4th turnover of the game by Veterans Memorial. 2nd interception.
Yeah, that was inopportune, and watch the replay right here. A lot of stuff happening underneath. Dixon trying to find it. Kid trying to make a play right here. Going left, trying to throw back to his right.
And he's gotten away with that a couple of times earlier in this game, I think, for a touchdown. He just, that's a tough throw to make at any level, Andy, going one way and try and throw him back the other.
Hey, Gabe, did you want to listen to Andy and my harmonies?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we'll have to wait till after the game. We don't do them on the air like you.
I just want to know if you guys are a believer. And then I saw, hey, wasn't that a song you sang?
Lott fakes the option, going to throw it deep. Looking downfield, trying to come back to it as Stevenson can't get there.
They're not afraid to chunk it deep.
No, they're not.
On first down.
Yeah. I think Ricky State's looking for some nails and some coffins right now, man.
Well, last week, Taft, again, they turned the ball over 6 times. They had 2 TDs called back on penalty, and they were down 26-7 against Victoria East. They rallied in the second half, but lost 29-21. So they were frustrated, and they're taking their frustrations out on the Patriots tonight. Nice move there by Delgado, the running back, and he heads forward near a first down.
They still up tempo.
3rd and 2, they quickly run it up. And this is going to be close.
Not quite.
Delgado again with the carry. Now 4th down.
Yeah, much like our audio engineer, Kenny Long, I think they're a little short.
Oh, shots fired.
I love you, Kenny. You know that.
4th down. Golly. Lott gonna keep it. Thought about handing it off. Kate keeps it. Looked like miscommunication between him and Delgado, and Lott said, "What the heck?
Yeah.
I'll just run
That's just that kind of night for Taft tonight. You know, they had kind of dead to rights. He slid off in there. Here we see the Wainwright Lawyer replay. Bottled up, nowhere to go. People working though.
You know, hat on a hat up front there too. This is an impressive win for Taft here tonight.
Yeah, coming into the season, guys, they were a predicted playoff team, and they didn't play like it last week. They are today.
Fade route, back shoulder, and
back shoulder fade there.
Stevenson couldn't come back to it in time, but Patriots were offside. It appeared, but I didn't see a flag drop.
Well, I see some tape on the field. I see a couple of superfluous items. I do not see a flag. Did I use that word right, Andy?
Superfluous.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark.
Okay, that's good to know.
Superfluous wording.
Yeah.
Delgado again hit hard, and Michael Irving is not quitting for Vets.
No, and again, you got to keep. I mean, again, that's the great thing of high school athletics, football in particular. These kids still got 9 minutes left in the game. You got to play. It ain't going away. And sometimes that's life. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it just flat stinks. And you can't even get that applesauce out of the lemons. You just got to go with it.
3rd down and 9 here for the Raiders.
Made me dry heave, Andy. Have you ever been to an apple orchard before, Andy? Have you ever picked apples?
We're going to have a
peaches
timeout coming up here, folks, by the Raiders. Yep, there it is. We'll take a break. 8:33 to go. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
There's nothing more Texas than high school football. It's where families and communities come together.
It's the pageantry of the game, the marching band, the dance team, the spirit group.
A tradition and history unmatched anywhere in America.
Great athletes, great games, and one of the best entertainment values for your dollar.
Show pride in your school and let's celebrate our common bond. Come to the games.
Come to the games.
There's nothing like being there and seeing Texas high school football. Come to the games.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank & Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank & Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank & Trust, strong and stable since 1913.
Hey, we're the Monkeys.
People say we monkey around, but we're too busy.
I'm Mickey Dolans. That's all I know. I'm Mickey Dolans.
8:32 to go. Bobby Stotzenberger along with Andy Skelton and Gabe Farias, the trio.
Triumvirate.
Third down. Got to make it fun, guys. And I'll tell you what, Raiders are having fun tonight. It's fun when you're on that side of the deal.
Yep.
So Lott on third down. This is after a Raider timeout. Rolls left. Fires it. Caught on the run. Alaman breaks the tackle to the 16, 17-yard line. Jaden Alaman.
And he's a dude, isn't he?
And there's a really late flag coming in.
We got some extracurriculars going on. Kids playing hard. Got to be smart here. But again, great job rolling to his left by Lott. Wide open.
Guys, Lott now 50%, 7 of 14, but 3 of the 7 passes have been touchdown passes. He's got 133 yards.
If I'm not mistaken, he had 3 touchdown passes all to Aliman last week.
I tell you, I mean,
they got some weapons.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely.
But I just don't know, guys, if 100% of this, well, really, definitely not 100% of it, but, and they do deserve credit, the offense, but it's been, to me, guys, that Taft defense.
Personal foul. Late hit.
Late hit on Vets.
Taft this to the goal. Automatic first down.
We have a
tripped him, but okay.
We have a Player of the Game award coming up at the end of the game. You can still vote for the next 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Go to johnwayne.com, select your player, match ours, win tickets to the Gunslingers, Arena Football, and then a chance to win a $10,000 home makeover as well. First and goal, Raiders. Lott sets up, fires it, and it is
defense
broken up, intended for Stevenson.
But again, they're trying to throw it over the top right here after that penalty. They're not afraid to throw it deep. They're doing it all night long right here. But as we see right at the end, trying to see who that was coming in. That's 28 coming in. That's going to be Campos. Aiden Campos coming in, breaking it up for the Patriots. Still playing hard.
Second and goal from the 9. Lott set to go here with Delgado to his right. And he'll sprint towards the pylon, and Delgado has the speed to get there. 9 yards. Isaiah Delgado.
I'll give the last 5 of that to Evan Olsen, number 12 for Taft, out there on the edge, stalk blocking. See the Wainwright Lawyer replay coming right at you right here. Watch number 12 working out here. Has his hands inside, freeing him up for the touchdown right there. Great work, unselfish work on the outside by Olsen.
Way to be grammatically correct, Andy. I love it.
Well, you know, you got to be.
Has to be. Good job.
Angel Gonzalez Lopez on for the extra point. Vets jumps off sides. The kick will be good. No, it'll be no good, so they'll do it again, likely.
Don't go nowhere.
Hang tight.
The coaches are telling the guys running off the field, get back out there.
Yeah.
Results of the play were no good. Offsides, defense, half of this to the goal, replay to try.
Well, now they can go for 2 and see if they can score 50. Or will they just kick it?
Kick it. Because he missed it.
Yeah, got to practice.
You want him to kick it and, you know, get back on the horse.
They've been alternating Gonzalez Lopez.
There it is.
And this time he does boot it through. He's been alternating with Alex Jen, but that one good. 49-17, 7:42 to go. You're watching the High School Football Showcase, presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Dependability. It's expected by our customers, and it's demanded by me. I personally guarantee the certified techs we send to your home and the equipment we install are dependable. John Wayne's American Pride comfort systems are designed specifically for San Antonio's extreme heat and humidity and come with a lifetime warranty. Right now, get a complete new system with affordable monthly payments from $72, plus get no interest and no payments for 12 months. For comfort you can depend on, call John Wayne today.
I'm Oscar Cardenas. In football, we fight hard to make it happen. That's what makes us winners.
18-wheeler or company vehicle wreck injury put you on the sidelines?
Get a winner to fight for you. A lawyer with grit and determination who will not stop until you get justice and all the money you deserve. And that's Wainwright Injury Lawyers, so don't wait, call 8.
Call Wainwright Injury Lawyers, 888-8888 now.
Want to win? You know who to call. That's right, Wainwright.
Respect, justice, demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
9 plays and 52 yards, 3:30 time of possession. Delgado with a 8-yard run. According to Craig Estabrook, I thought I saw 9, but if Craig says 8, we'll live with that. But from the top, we talked about redemption for Taft from a poor performance last week, Andy. I think they've done that and then some here tonight.
Definitely a chip on their shoulder, and they've controlled the things they could control and took advantage of some miscues.
Raiders going to kick this one short. It is taken by Darden on the left side of the field, coming to the middle to the 37. Guys, this 29 6A race that Taft will be a part of course, no matter what happened in the first game of the season, I think Brennan is still everybody's favorite to win that district. But you gotta put Taft into that mix. You gotta put Warren into that mix. We'll have the Warren and Jay game a couple of weeks from now. You can probably put Jay into that mix as well. Holmes picked up a win last night. That was their first in a while, and
congratulations to Coach Pete Padilla, doing a great job over there.
And then of course Harlan is a team that went 3 rounds deep and gave Vandergrift a pretty good run in the Alamo Dome. So there's a lot of quality teams in this district, and Taft is one of them, as Vets has it again, and they'll race ahead for a first down. New running back in is Dallas Harrell.
I know it's only their second season, but Sotomayor seems like they've got some momentum to start the year as well.
Yeah, we have a timeout on the field here, injury timeout. Let's continue that conversation. Sotomayor, they have a couple of 45-0 wins to start their season. Of course, they're going to play tougher competition. Let's not forget about O'Connor. Even though they lost to Johnson last night, we saw them be really good at times in that Pigskin Classic last week against Brandeis.
And they hung against a good Brandeis team.
Stevens. It's how do you see that district race coming out?
Gabe?
There's going to be parity for sure, up and down. I still think that, Taft, and even though Brendan took one on the chin last week, I agree. I think they're still the favorite. But, Andy, I think what was about 3 or 4 years ago when you had, as Bobby says, a plethora of teams up and down in that district, from Jay to Brennan to all of those teams. It's going to be a competitive year in that district.
Fake the jet sweep. We got a new quarterback in, and Alex Lopez takes it ahead for a gain of 3.
Well, I'm anxious to see the Warren Warriors. I think they might be the dark horse that's not the dark horse in this district race with their quarterback, Meza and company. And again, the parity's there in these north side schools. And you got some schools that are undefeated right now, starting out, Jay Mustangs are starting out with gangbusters. They got Jackson Gutierrez at quarterback for his senior year.
Right?
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the district, and be fun to see how they end up. And I'm a fan of the Gutierrez family. Matter of fact, Jackson Gutierrez's uncle is coaching for Veterans Memorial tonight. He's a secondary coach. And matter of fact, his grandparents are watching. I want to say hello to the Gutierrezes tonight.
Well, as long as his son is healthy and playing quarterback, Jay's got a chance to score points to anybody.
Have got a chance, absolutely.
Jackson's wanting to go to the Naval Academy, I believe, so he's a smart kid.
Deep drop on 3rd down and 7, scrambling right and throwing it away, essentially, is Alex Lopez. Well, one thing I can tell you about the Jackson Gutierrez is that group of Jay seniors, they performed at a very high level. I think they might have won the district as freshmen or were very near it. And that group has kind of stayed together all these years. And so that's Coach Gutierrez's best group in quite some time over there, Jay.
Yeah, hats off to Gary Gutierrez, head coach.
Lopez, deep drop. Now gonna throw it at the last moment. High pass is deflected and incomplete, and that will end the drive.
There's a flag. Yeah, there's a flag on the play.
We got some laundry coming out here. Let's see.
But you just never know. Injuries, Gabe, can play such a big role. And I mean, look at tonight. You know, you got a guy that can pop the big runs and also give you a chance to grind it out. And James Peoples is not even playing tonight for Vets.
Yeah, I mean, football is about breaks. Yeah, it's about play calls and executions. But Andy, there are breaks that are involved in this game alone. We've seen some of the weirder breaks I think we've watched. But ebbs and flows, breaks. I mean, Andy even says tickling fumbles away. I mean, there's so many nuances to football that can make a difference in not only the outcome of a game, Andy, but the outcome of a season.
Well, let's don't get too excited about some things. You know, it's only game 2, non-district.
Personal foul, necessary roughness. Number 23 of the defense, 15-yard penalty, previous spot.
Did he say necessary?
I think he misspoke and said necessary roughness.
Necessary, all right.
Yeah.
But in 2 Saturdays, Jay versus Warren, both of those teams off to 2-0 starts for the season, as the Vets Patriots get a new set of downs. And tell you what, young Alex Lopez has come in at quarterback. He's made a couple of nice runs here now. That one for a first down.
I like the way he gets up in there. I guess it's a fresh pair of legs. And again, why not? You're in a ball game like this, Coach Urban, let some other folks get out there, get them on film, get them evaluated a little bit, get them under the lights.
Dallas Harrell this time with the handoff, straight ahead for 5.
Same thing with the defensive Taft. They got some newbies in there as well.
You can kind of, Gabe, look past this game, I think, for Vets and say this is going to be not only a playoff contender, but a team that's a real threat in the playoffs.
I mean, once they get, 20? Once they get 20 back, yeah, I mean, this is a scary team. He's a Power 5 back.
Yeah, not everybody has those. And last year, this would be a penalty against Vets. You know, last year, guys, Vets went to Liberty Hill and had Liberty Hill on the ropes. But Liberty Hill able to score a couple of touchdowns in the final 5 minutes of the game to win by 7. That just tells you how close Vets was even a year ago, as Liberty Hill is a renowned program here in the state of Texas.
I think they were a state semifinal team last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Liberty Hill has to come to Converse this year. And they've already taken a beating there by Wagner.
Number 90 of the defense jumped into the neutral zone, which resulted in the offensive player jumping. 5-yard penalty.
Out of all the scores from last week, Bobby, that's probably the one that shocked me the most.
That penalty kind of shocked me because that went against Taft. Fake the jet sweep, a keeper, and Lopez thrown to the turf there for the loss of 2. By the way, Liberty Hill did bounce back, Gabe. Did you see their final last night against Hutto?
Man,
they beat the Hutto Hippos 82-80.
Wow.
People don't realize how dangerous Hippos really are.
Yeah, no.
Like literally.
That's my.
Lopez throws the fade, and this one is incomplete. Broken up by the Raiders. Skelton broke that one up. I think that was Kenyon Skelton, am I right? No, 27, not 17.
Pass intended for David Jones.
Zane Woodington broke that up.
Possession for 11 County.
Here you see the replay. 3rd down and 11. Sprint out left. Throw and incomplete.
Yeah, they're trying to find a way, man. And again, that's just one of them deals. Taft has a lot to do with it tonight, and you hear the Taft student section over here. They're getting loud and rowdy. Great night to be a Taft Raider.
One thing I'll say, man, Bobby Irvin has these kids fighting, and they're clawing and they're playing hard.
Well, this has to happen in order for what's going to happen at the end of the season to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
They got to grow, they got to develop, they got to go through this. They got to be willing to fail so they can fix it and grow from it. They'll learn from the film. And again, they're learning some stuff about the guys tonight that they didn't know coming into tonight.
3rd down and a 4th and 11, rather. Can get a first down at the 1-yard line. Lopez going to throw, and this one incomplete as Taft is held. But no matter which way you slice it, you know, the turnovers are big. The rowdy start for Taft was big. But look at the end of the end result here for Taft is Vets only has 17 points on the board. That's a pretty good performance by Ricky State's defense.
Yeah, their defense showed up tonight and put the offense in position to do some things. And again, you know, Taft took a lot of shots deep tonight. That was a luxury that they were allowed to have because of some of the stuff and positions that their defense put them in.
So the Raiders are going to maybe run out the clock here, perhaps.
Well, we got some new backs and receivers in.
Lott going to hand it off, and it's Xavier Reed with the carry to the 15-yard line.
Tap possession, 2nd down, 7 yards to go at the Raiders 15.
I can only imagine, Gabe, how Ricky State was after last week. He's a pretty intense guy. I wouldn't have wanted to be around him when his team performed so poorly a week ago.
Yeah, but with that intensity came results. And I've seen coaches that are intense, that are over the top, and they don't get the results they want. Ricky got the results that they wanted today.
2nd down, Raiders. Going to keep it on the ground. Bouncing it outside, and now there's a flag down. Off to the races, Reed, but it's coming back.
They're going to get a hold here on the edge, it looks like. He got the corner in a hurry, though.
Yeah. Xavier Reed, a junior running back.
Yeah, right here, let's see. Yeah, they're hold right there by the right tackle on 21. He's do-si-doed him, swung him around.
10-yard penalty cushion. After this to the goal. Replay, 2nd down.
Well, that negates a big run by...
Well, that was a hold.
Yeah.
Is that one word, or is do-si-do just one word? Did you use that as a verb?
Hyphenated?
Yeah.
Well, actually, do-si-do is a noun, but you could use it as a verb.
You used it as a verb.
I don't think you could technically use it as an object of the preposition.
So we all be do-si-doing, right? When you conjugate it correctly. Just saying.
Gabe doing a do-si-do.
If I did a do-si-do, I'd cramp a full body cramp.
Lott's going to throw the ball out into the right flat, and it is caught, and ahead with the catch is Raymond Foster. They're trying to get it into position here to
end the game.
Yeah, get a first down and maybe stop in the game.
Yeah, getting under the 2-minute mark right here. You want to get out of this thing with the last 2 minutes without any injuries or anything silly happening.
I think they're going to run the clock down and maybe even burn a timeout.
Yeah, I think you're right, Bob.
And there we go, a timeout coming. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
For all your business and personal banking needs, Schertz Bank & Trust is your community bank of choice to fit your needs and lifestyle. All the modern conveniences of big national banks, but with friendly, personalized service. At Schertz Bank & Trust, you are not just a number, but a valued customer that will be treated with respect. Learn the variety of loan and deposit account options online at SchertzBank.com. Schertz Bank & Trust, strong and stable since 1913.
The savings Savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
You still have 1:37 to vote. John Wayne, player of the game. Make your selection, match ours. Win 2 tickets to see San Antonio Gunslingers Arena Football, and also automatically enter yourself to win a $10,000 home makeover. Will Vets see the ball again? Likely to be determined by this play right here. 3rd down and 4, Raiders. Straight handoff. Headed left is Reed, and I think he stopped a little short. You could probably go for it here, Andy, without a whole lot of harm done.
Yeah, they just need to get the ball snapped again and get out of here with the win. It's not like they have to have 2/3 votes for the Congress. And
no, it's more simplistic than that, Andy.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's just get the 1st down, get out of here. Or that helps. That helps.
A hard count.
And again, you got some guys in the game that haven't played. Nerves, all that good stuff. Again.
That'll do her, I think, guys.
Well, just like Veterans Memorial took the wrath of Taft's rough performance last week, I'm feeling a little sorry for MacArthur next week. They're going to have to take Veteran Memorial's wrath, as Vets is not going to be happy, Gabe, with how they performed tonight. And I think Bobby Irvin will have the Patriots fired up and ready next Friday night.
Yeah, a lot of similarities between both of these coaches, man. They made some mistakes, they had some bad breaks. Football is a game of breaks, and you got to know that they're going to correct those mistakes, Andy, and be ready for not only next week, but the rest of the season.
That's what coaches do.
Yeah.
Get the kids ready to go, get over this one, learn what you can learn, move on.
5-yard penalty. And also 10-second runoff.
No excuses, no regrets, move on. That's a great lesson for these young men to learn. It ain't nobody else's fault. Own it, move on, get better.
I do not believe Taft has to snap it again now.
Are they going to roll? They should roll the clock.
No. I think they have to snap it because they stopped the clock. Well, no, there you go. They start the clock. Yep, they don't have to snap it.
Yeah. Line them up, shake hands. Let's go.
Well, that will do it here, folks. We'll take our first post-game break here. Taft Raiders 49. Veterans Memorial Patriots 17. You're watching the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on MeTV.
Judson ISD encourages creative learning and welcomes your students at 2 of our innovative elementary campuses. Franz Leadership Academy offers project-based lessons fostering critical thinking skills. At the Fine Arts Academy at Olympia Elementary School, art and music instruction promotes imaginative problem solving. Both campuses offer high-quality programs preparing your students for future successes. Register your child today here at Judson ISD.
On air, online, or in person, the 2023 KSAT Pigskin Classic was one for the history books. Once again, KSAT and TSP brought you the best high school football in South Texas. More action, more thrills, and more team spirit. From the KSAT Insider Party
I think it's really epic.
to the stands, to the field, the excitement was electric. San Antonio, let's do it again next year. The KSAT Pigskin Classic.
It's so easy to love Pick and Pull. Why? How about the largest inventory in South Texas? How about the ease of finding your part with our interchange and real-time inventory search at pickandpullsa.com? How about an organized yard and maps to find your parts, plus a shuttle? At Pick and Pull, we make it easy to save money on the quality used auto parts you need at a price you can afford.
More to pick, less pull from your budget. Now that's Pick and Pull.
The savings keep adding up for Fred Loya customers in Texas. In recent months, people who switched from Geico, Allstate, and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance saved over $1,700 a year. State Farm customers saved over $1,300 a year. Include the savings of Fred Loya customers from multiple states, and that's a combined savings of over $1.1 million a year. Start paying less for your car insurance. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
All right, guys, Gabe Farias here on the field with the victorious head football coach, Ricky Stade. Coach Stade, you guys came out with a chip on your shoulder. You knew that you guys couldn't make any mistakes. You played an aggressive first half, and you played a really solid second half. Assess your team's performance today.
I mean, we're Taft High School. We're born with a chip on our shoulder, and if we don't play that way, then something's wrong with us. Proud of the way these kids played. First half, the second half, they put a complete game together. We didn't give anything away, and most importantly, we finished. And this man right here has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, and when you see the points on the board, you automatically point to the offense. Man, your defense was solid from start to finish.
They really were. They really were. We talked about no matter what the situation is, we just got to go out there and play. We can't control that. All we can control is what happens when we hit the field, and they did a really good job of responding and, gave up a couple 4th and longs, and they could have quit, and they could have shut it down, man, but they kept playing, and we're very proud of them.
Yeah, and Ricky, with district starting next week, you guys had to shake off what you guys did last week, and I think you guys accomplished that with district starting next week.
Yeah, we have a bye next week, and we've been going since July 31st, so it's been a while. We're getting a little beat up, so it's coming at a good time, and then it's district, and we all know what happens when it's time for district.
Coach, congratulations. I get to make a very special presentation on our player of the game. Coach, best luck rest of the season.
Thank you very much. Go Raiders.
All right, guys, now it's time to give our John Wayne Service Company Player of the Game award to Juejan Castro. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir, you did.
All right, well, just so you know, the two guys up in the booth were kind of messing with me, but I'll tell you what, you guys had a fantastic game. Assess the performance of your defense, because one thing I see about this team is you guys fly to the ball, you're very aggressive, but you're a very cohesive unit. Talk about your defense.
Just starting out, a lot of these players, we've been playing together since freshman year, so the bond is strong. We work hard, we always grind together, we just go everywhere together, so the bond between us is strong. So that's that's pretty much all I have to say.
What was the message from Coach Stade after last week's performance? Because you guys, defense played pretty good. You guys had some turnovers. What was the message from Coach Stade heading into this game tonight?
We just needed this win. Like, we have no other option. There was no other choice but to win. So coming into that game, we had that mindset just to win, and we came out and performed.
What's the competition like when you have a great defense and a great offense going at it in practice? Take me through those practices and the pride you guys take in what you do.
Yeah, it gets heated a little sometimes because, obviously it's football. We're going to be aggressive. It's heated sometimes, but we always maintain our cool. We got to stay focused because the way we practice is the way we play. So if we act out in practice, we're going to act out in the game. So, we just got to stay focused. We got to play together. So.
Fantastic. Juejan Castro, you are John Wayne Service Company Player of the Game. Congratulations, young man.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, guys, we'll be back to wrap it up in a moment. Taft wins it over Vets, 49-17. This is the High School Football Showcase presented by John Wayne Service Company on BTV.
The Lind Company of San Antonio is about creating an amazing living experience for their residents. An experience that isn't perfectly described with words, but is felt the minute you walk through their doors. They strive to maintain an environment where memories are built and life happens. Their team applies advanced education and real-world experience to provide excellent real estate services in acquisitions, asset management, development, and investment. Learn more at lynd.com. Lind, your home, our passion.
High school football fans, we need your help to vote for the John Wayne Player of the Week. Vote each week at johnwayne.com for the player you think should be honored as the Player of the Week. A feature on the winning player, along with the coach, will be filmed at their school and aired on TV and across social media. You can also win swag for yourself and enter for a chance to win a $10,000 home makeover package. Go to johnwayne.com and vote up to once per hour Sunday afternoon through Tuesday at 2. So vote for the Player of the Week at johnwayne.com.
I'm Rashad Wisdom. Coach showed us what it takes to win on the field and in life. You've got to have power and determination. You got to be fearless but smart with a focused strategy. That's what it takes to win, and that's what attorney Wainwright's got.
Wainwright Lawyers fight to get you the most money possible.
When life knocks you down with a car, motorcycle, or 18-wheeler wreck injury, get a champion. Wainwright. Don't wait. Call 8.
Call Wainwright now. 888-8888. Respect. Justice. Demand it. Wainwright Injury Lawyers.
300,000.
300,000.
300,000.
That's how many of you are subscribed to the KSAT 12 YouTube channel. And what do you get? More in-depth stories and unique specials, more newscasts on your time, more local sports, more eats, and more popular videos tailor-made for your busy schedule. Want to know what you're missing? Subscribe today to find out.
And we welcome you back to Ferris Stadium as we put a wrap on this one. Our first high school football showcase broadcast of the year, and we'll have 9 more for you starting with next week. So we wrap it up here. Bobby Stotzenberger along with Andy Skelton once again. And Andy, this is one for the Veterans Memorial. Both teams now 1-1. Taft showed that they could bounce back and bounce back quickly. For Veterans Memorial, they're going to be under similar circumstances next week. They still have another non-district contest to be played. So I think we got 2 good football teams here that will make some noise here in the 2023 seasons. But credit to Taft for bouncing back after what Coach Stade frankly referred to as a bad loss last week.
Well, again, they're going into a bye week, so they needed that tonight. And again, Coach Urban and the Vets Patriots, man, they're going to be all right. They're going to learn from this. It was not a pretty thing tonight. It was probably agonizing to be a coach on that sideline, knowing what you're trying to do. But again, you're playing a man down. All this other woulda, coulda, shoulda stuff, excuses. You're going to do what you can do with your vets, and that's going to get better by this film. And again, tonight had to happen for Veterans Memorial. So what can happen down the road can happen because they're going to be a better football team. They're going to grow from it. They're going to come together from it. And it's going to be a positive for them as well before this thing's over. But tonight was brutal for the Patriots. Hats off to Coach Stade and Taft for overcoming their adversity last week and coming out and putting on a performance here tonight.
All right, next week it's for real. It's district play, District 28 6A, as we will be back here at Ferris as Brandeis will take on Marshall in the district opener. So now they're playing for keeps and playing for playoff spots and maybe even district titles. We'll be on the air at 6:30 with South Texas Game Day, followed by our broadcast of the game beginning at 7 o'clock right here on MeTV. We thank you again for joining us, and we thank our entire crew here. Once again, the final from Ferris Stadium. The Taft Raiders 49, the Veterans Memorial Patriots 17. For Andy Skelton and Gabe Fadias down on the field, I'm Bobby Stotzenberger saying good night, and we'll see you again next week.
Past attachment, Doctor. I'm sure when you see her again, she'll be of a believable age.
Well, at any rate, she doesn't look a day over 30.
Genuine affection. I'm glad you still feel it for her. Leonard.